And we are live.
Perfect. Now that I've given Tori 15 minutes, hopefully she's ready.
Leave me alone, Josh, alright? My pudding was very important. So were my drinks. They hold a very important purpose in my life.
And that is
So-
beyond the internet.
Where we last left off, the random conglomeration of adventurers had met each other for relatively the first time for most of you. Some things went up, some things went down.
Majority down.
Majority down.
Like my health pool.
Yeah,
A
like
lot of
yours
people's
and
health
like
pools,
half the
actually.
party. And you met some people. Got to figure out the basis that racism very much does exist in this world.
Fucking asshole.
The hard
And
way, of course.
got ambushed by a single gnoll.
That makes it sound so pathetic.
But eventually Cal did finish him off with an arrow.
Damn right.
And then Pharaoh was granted property ownership of the bookstore.
And nowhere to be seen when it mattered.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys did also, at the end of the last session, discover a secret lever to a subterranean area in this bookstore. And we pick off with you guys chit-chatting before you take your rest.
I'm just like sitting on the floor with my back up against like the counter. Just like, ow. Ow. In much pain.
Cal is just staring at that shotgun, looking it up and down, examining it like left and right.
My precious.
Pretty much.
As we all just watch like Pharaoh just like scurrying around the store like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Are we just gonna like...
By this time, Sphoric would have locked the door. I
thought it
think
was
what
locked.
we should do is take a rest, and then what is feeling up to it,
Who found
find
the letter?
out what lies beneath.
Pharaoh.
I mean, I own the shop, but Sphoric found the actual passage.
Yep. Fork was the one that discovered the lever.
I do agree if there's more down below. We're going to need every little bit of strength we can muster.
What kind of rest are we talking here? The short kind or the long kind?
The long kind?
Good.
I don't know, is anybody in a rush to get down there? I mean, you know,
Not particularly.
really? I'm not.
Oh, thank you.
At least from the condition that the rest of you look. I mean, I'm not doing much better myself here. But I don't think it would be wise to head in there half ready.
Sounds like a plan. I'm gonna look over at Sphoric and be like, did you know he had a fucking gun?
I don't think any of us knew about the gun.
I'm not asking you.
Why are you looking at me like it's my fault?
I'm gonna pull out the piece of paper and throw it at him and be like, because you're the one who gave me this!
It's for crazy.
Here's the point, you did ask for crazy.
When I asked for crazy, I wasn't expecting a bookkeeper who was going to turn into a gnoll who was an elf, but is he actually an elf or is he actually a gnoll? And he owned a gun. A fucking gun. That's not exactly what, you know.
Didn't know he was pretending to be an elf. I gave you a picture of a gnoll, so that should have told you right away that he was a gnoll.
Maybe he's maybe he's always been hiding as a gnoll and he's actually an elf. Huh?
I'm just gonna.
He's dead,
stand here
and we
and
cut
watch
off
this
his head,
exchange.
and it's right here, and this is a gnoll head.
Leave me alone, I'm tired.
Yeah, she's had a
I
hell of a day.
think
She's
we're
been
all
shot.
tired.
Yeah, you were shot
kicked.
and then stabbed.
And then dragged around.
Carried.
Well, you were dragged. You were carried.
Oh, I don't know. I was kind of in and out of it. It felt like being dragged, but I think that was maybe just the pain in my chest.
Yeah, it was
So-
probably the dagger that was in your side.
So
That
then
too.
next time you go unconscious, would you prefer to be dragged or carried? I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, no, I'll stick with carried. Good point.
Okay.
Okay.
Group of assholes we are.
At least we'll consider it assholes.
Group of assholes in my house.
It wasn't your
Oh,
house until
on
a couple
on that
years
note,
ago.
looking over at Pharaoh, being like, "And where were you?"
Trying
He was
not
looking at
to-
books.
Trying not to bleed out.
Oh yeah, he was also stabbed with a spear twice.
Today has not been my day.
Not your day. Today hasn't been your day. Oh, I guess that's fair. You were also attacked at a tavern. Good point. Good point.
Today
Yeah, he
hasn't been a
was-
lot of our day.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure why we're exactly comparing miseries here.
Mm-hmm.
All that would do is just make us all bitter against one another.
That is
Just
a
bitter
good
about
point.
getting shot. That's all. Leave me alone.
To be fair, that is fair. I didn't realize he had one of those things.
I don't think anybody did.
Yeah, then
Indeed.
again, we've all been stabbed
it's
by
mine now.
him.
Do you even know how to use that thing?
Oh,
You want me to find
Yeah.
out?
I mean, he has
Not
I
if you're
can
gonna aim
go
it at
sh-
me.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying I can shoot it. Well, I'm not gonna do it in town. No, fuck that. That's just too stupid.
I would rather not.
The guys don't seem too smart, so I don't think there'd be any real issue.
Yeah, but these things are extremely dangerous from what I've heard.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I can vouch for that.
In any case, we should
Did you find
Totally.
anything interesting other than this lever while you were here?
Only
Oh.
found the level.
I wasn't aware that it existed. Yes, the Deep Gnome was the one that found it.
Well, I was looking to see if he had any books to see if I could find a paper trail, but all I found was this lever.
Yes, I guess
That is a very
Reginald,
suspicious lever.
Reginald was always a skittish individual. Didn't seem to believe in keeping records.
What about you, Pharaoh? Did you find anything interesting in your snooping?
I rolled a 13 on my investigation check. I just don't know what I got out of it.
You didn't find anything.
You
Damn it.
suck.
No, because I was looking for a very specific thing.
I know.
Between what
first-
you've seen, I'll give you some insight here.
Yeah.
Between what you've found in this bookstore and what you had briefly seen in the other bookstore, I'm guessing all the information you want is restricted.
Good luck.
That's why I come to Reginald, because he doesn't give a shit.
Well, came to Reginald.
Yeah, that's true.
Original.
Original.
I disagree.
Alright,
If I look around, is there like a bag or something around that I can stick this head in?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty easy to find like a burlap sack.
Okay.
unfortunately,
Put that-
yeah, if there's no books like that in this bookstore, I'm afraid that I have I have no reason to keep the rest of these books.
What are we even gonna? What are you gonna do with this place? What do we do with this place?
Well, I think we should find out what lies beneath it before we decide what to do with it.
I agree. If there's something hiding below, we don't need it suddenly bursting up. In that same token, we do know where the lever opens up, right?
Yeah, I think we found a trap door too.
It actually pulled away part of a bookshelf.
Okay.
Oh,
In any case, it might be wise to post up guard, watching that. If there's a way through on this end, there might be a way through on the other end, and maybe
Let's just
Reginald
take a
was using
break.
it to communicate with others.
Take ourselves a little break, and then we can go find out
Oh,
what's
yeah,
behind the lever.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, break time. Do we get to safely take
All
a
right.
long rest?
Are you taking watches?
yes.
Okay. So who's on watch with who?
I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
So we
So
get
you're.
pass the fuck out.
Are you taking 3 watches or 4 watches total? I guess
3.
6 of you, so 3 watches.
Yeah,
Who is
probably 3.
so Armory's on third watch. Sorry.
3 watches. Omri's on 4th. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just how much we trust. No.
Which of us don't have dark vision? I think that's Raylos and Kyle.
We are inside of a bookstore.
I know.
We're in a-
There
Isn't
is
it like the middle of
currently
the
a very
afternoon?
dim light in the room.
Yeah, I know, but still.
It's early evening at this point.
I mean,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't-
make sure that lever's switched so the door's thing is closed while we're taking a rest.
yeah.
Omri has fallen asleep.
Okay.
All right.
He's just leaning against the counter.
Cal,
I'll
I'll
take
take
a,
a watch with Relos.
Yeah, I was also asking because I think they're the only 2 without dark vision, or maybe
They should
one.
go first while there's still light.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that plus I couldn't remember if anybody else didn't have
Yeah,
it. I'm
no,
pretty
that
sure the rest of us
should
do.
just be Cal and Relos that don't have it.
Yeah, because I didn't know about Loxodons, but their whole thing is smell, not sight. So that's
Mhm.
fair.
Jesus
Um,
fucking Christ.
Fuck was that?
What was that?
We just decided to like fucking brush off their microphone. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was weird.
I'll take last watch as well.
Okay, so Raylos and Cal, Pharaoh and Selania and Armory
Spork
and
and
Spork.
Yep. All right,
Yeah.
first watch. Make your perception checks.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty good.
Could be worse. All right.
That's not what yeah.
No, Selania's not here yet, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on
I'll take that
second
roll
watch,
for a second
but
watch, though.
Mm.
Mm.
All right. Thankfully, nothing goes wrong on the first watch. You guys gonna talk to each other at all?
I'm too busy looking at the gun, in all honesty.
Okay. Second watch.
Yeah. And Relos won't prod unless he unless he's active. You know.
Yeah, I got you.
okay. So that would be Selania and I.
yeah.
She
She
rolled
already
a
rolled.
22. So.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna roll anywhere near that high. Yeah,
All right.
Melania sees all.
Any conversation
years.
on your watch?
I'm sorry, what?
Any conversation on your watch?
really have any, don't really have anything to converse about necessarily.
Okay. And nothing happens on your watch. The third watch.
Okay.
Oh, yes. It continues. Not rolling above a 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any conversation?
Yeah.
I knew it.
So as we're sitting there,
Or he just wakes
Sp-
up like,
All right, who am I? Oh, it's you.
so as we're sitting there, Spork is just gonna bluntly ask, "So exactly how green are you?"
Wow.
Damn. Shit. shit.
That depends. Are you talking about my skin tone?
Oh,
Because you
yeah.
should be able to clearly see how green
No.
I am.
Never mind. Never
No,
mind.
I
I
know,
understand
don't
what you said. Yeah.
I know. Me too. Don't worry.
No, yeah, it just took me until and then. Oh no, wait, that's not what he's asking. Dude.
Don't be foolish. I'm talking about how new you are to this line of work.
Never been good with talking to people.
Clearly.
You're not too hot at your job either, buddy. So take it down a
Well,
few
it's not
pegs.
exactly my
Well,
field of expertise.
Guess you can't really go any more pegs down, or else you wouldn't exist. What is your field of expertise if it's not handing out ridiculous bounties?
Engineer means I fix things.
You're a little short to be an engineer.
Aren't you a little manly to be a bitch?
Ooh, fuck.
Wow.
Wow, everybody's just throwing it on the bitch in her.
All right. Farrell will now hire Zorik to just say the things he can't.
Cal is sleeping right next to the shotgun, but shots have been fired.
God damn, that was beautiful. I loved it.
It's actually kind
Oh
of
my
comical
God.
because the shotgun is about 3/4 as long as Cal.
Yeah.
He's sleeping with it like one of those
Next
like
to
body
it.
pillows.
Not curl up against it. I'm not that creepy. Or is he?
Cal's
He's
also not that
spooning the
stupid.
shotgun.
Oh god.
If he did that,
Anyways.
he'd probably blow his fool head off.
He's just spooning the shotgun in his sleep.
Anyways, you don't really get around this life by being nice. I'm sure you don't get around
Actually,
your
I
kind
know
by
I
being
know
nice.
a lot of nice bounty hunters, and they do their jobs very well.
Nice bounty hunters.
Yeah, from what I can tell, they're
Walk
very
up to somebody.
disarming, and yeah, they're very disarming. They walk up to somebody, the person doesn't think they're a threat because they're so nice, and bam, they're dead. Should try it sometime.
Nice. And besides, with the way I look, nobody believes I'm nice. Even if I tried to fake it, it wouldn't work anyways. People don't trust people that look like me.
Man, if Rios were awake, he'd be like, "Welcome to my world."
Maybe you should give them a reason to trust you.
That's not how people work. People don't take the time to learn if you're, worth knowing. They take everything at face value. You should know the kind of people you work with.
The people I work with are all about what lies beneath face value. Figured that out yet, then you're in the wrong line of work.
Trust me. I know I'm in the wrong line of work. And now I'm just gonna look out the window as a clear sign of I'm done talking to you.
I was also done talking.
And nothing happens on the
Silence.
watch besides that. So,
Besides that
As-
very passive-aggressive conversation.
nobody through the watch noticed any sounds. Nobody came into the shop at all. Very uneventful. Which leaves us to morning, when everybody wakes up except. I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
Wow.
Except for the person I killed in their sleep. Wah!
Oh, okay. Alright, guess I'm rolling my new character now. So let's be honest, his work probably looks at Farron just like, one shot. That's all I need. That's all I need. Maybe two.
Mhm.
Okay, so you wake up in the morning fully refreshed.
Ah, good, I got my 9 hit points back. And the one spell slot I can use that's not at all damaging.
Man, what happened to being grateful?
Well, are we taking this adventure?
Just being a cynical bastard. It's fine. I don't care.
All right.
I knew going into this that Pharaoh was not very. Anyways,
Time to find out what lies beyond the.
what lies behind the bookcase?
Yeah.
Well,
What cool
Mr.
secret
Eaton's
second do I have in my new house?
I mean, what's the worst? What's the worst that can happen? We get shot and stabbed again?
Let's not. I.
I can think of worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could I. That was bad, but I can think of
Also
worse.
really worse.
All right. Well, who's going first?
Pharaoh, it's your house.
Well, that it may be. I'm not exactly equipped to frontline combat, or rather, any combat. And I have a feeling that if we have more like Reginald, we won't be able to simply talk our way out of this mess.
Fucking Reginald.
Indeed, fucking Reginald. You know, what I've seen thus far, looks like the,
I took a shotgun and lived. I'll go first.
very well, I was going to suggest the large gentleman over there, whose name I don't recall getting, but...
I'll go first.
Very
Pulling the
well.
lever.
Very well.
Is it dark down this bookcase tunnel?
It seems to be dimly lit beneath.
Is it like a staircase that just goes down?
Yep.
Oh,
It seems wide enough for 2 people to get through.
At a time?
Totally.
Alright.
We're gonna light a torch, or are we not?
I mean, if it's dimly lit, I don't think we really need one, but
Yeah, I'm just curious if we're gonna need one down the road, or down the path, I should say.
do you want me to light one? Are you afraid of the dark?
Oh no, I'm fine. It's just, I won't be useful in pitch black if it's dark enough.
I really don't want you to shoot me in the back with that thing, so I'm gonna light a torch.
There you go.
Omri lights a torch and heads down the stairs.
Okay. This is what you walk into.
Oh. There's a body on that thing.
Oh, this looks very interesting.
Maybe you will find something you need down here.
Reginald, you sly bastard!
You walk into what appears to be some kind of laboratory.
Too bad his name was. Should have named him Dexter. Damn it.
Opportunities missed.
No, see, this is what happened when to people who disagreed with Reginald. I got invited to the secret back story.
I'm guessing we're still on the stairs, right?
Yeah, you are standing at the stairs. Below you, kind of piled into a corner, you see a mass of different body parts and limbs, and like it's a big fucking mess of corpse material.
Coming off the stairs, does anything look trapped?
Make a perception check.
I would also like to look for
Oh
traps.
my god!
Okay.
What the hell? I haven't rolled above a 10 in so long.
I believe Sephoric would also have liked to check for traps.
Yeah.
14.
God.
Okay. Neither of you find any traps, as well as nothing is detected by Selenia and her crazy eye passive.
Eye passive?
High passive.
Oh, I heard her eye passive. I'm like,
High
I mean,
passive.
that's basically what it is.
eyeball passive.
Yeah, her passive eyeball of 22.
That third eye, man.
Alright.
Yeah. Pretty much.
As we start to like make our way into the actual laboratories, Forik will say, I recommend nobody touch anything, or else you might end up looking like that one, and point to Relos.
Sure, pick
I
on the
will
guy that
have
can't
you know
talk.
that
Other
this was
is
a conscious decision. I just did not know that it would end up like this. He said, "What a fact."
Hmm.
Whatever you say, Mr. Scientist.
I'm guessing the dead bodies piled up in the corner are
I
at
could
this lovely
step
thing
on
over
you
here.
right-
Actually, there's some right here too.
Oh, that's
Oh,
also
where the
bodies.
statue should be. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Where do I start first?
Can I
This
investigate
seems terrifying.
this pile of bodies and see like what it is? Humans.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
So great at those.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I am great
Hey.
at those.
Well, I mean, you are a bounty hunter
You find they're humanoids.
of various.
Various humanoids. You
like-
find like tusks and horns and
Damn.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
check.
Reginald
look like
clearly
they've
had
been
issues with
experimented?
everyone.
I had to turn Nestor up. Nestor's quiet as fuck.
yeah, his microphone got turned down when he was working with it.
Do
Yep.
they look like they've been experimented on?
the bodies, and which the ones in the corner don't. The ones on the table do.
Well, obviously.
The ones in the corner, they just kind of look like. Are
Mhm.
they just like remaining piece? Like, are they full bodies or just like an arm, a hand,
Pieces.
an ear?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So just like a refuse
extras.
pile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I would like to investigate this contraption over here.
Okay. Yeah. Make a Arcana check.
Okay.
Yeah. Easily able to tell that there's some kind of magical essence to it.
I'm gonna see if I want to check to see if there's anything about this place that might be familiar to me. Besides the fact that it's a fucking laboratory.
Make a history check.
All right. Nope.
Nope.
Natural one.
Okay.
You're
Can't
like, it's a
remember things.
laboratory.
Draw
So-
a blank.
Does he even know that?
So
It's a room.
Did- this desk over here. What's on it?
There appears to be some kind of laboratory items like Bunsen burners and shit like that,
Hmm.
as well as a note.
Okay. Is it like open or is it like closed?
It is rolled up currently.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
want to find out what it says.
yeah. I'll. You know, what, I'm gonna back up 10 feet and use Mage Hand
Okay.
to open the note.
Okay, it rolls open.
Okay. I'll return back and look over it.
Okay. Make an intelligence check. Investigation if you have it.
I don't have investigation, so it's the same either way. 10.
All right. You find a note that reads, "The cake was good."
The cake is a lie.
Hmm.
Any idea what it means?
Unfortunately, no. Reginald and I weren't that good of operating compatriots.
Could I check to see if maybe this is an anagram or something?
Sure.
I think that's what the intelligence check.
Make an
Investigation.
investigation check.
It actually says the cock was good.
He's actually been eating.
Wow.
18.
Yeah, you actually find that it doesn't say initially what Pharaoh thought it said.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it says, half orcs make great material for the experiment. However, we have found that dwarves, humans, and elves do
Mhm.
not.
Hmm.
Okay,
Say
so
this, do we
One
say
hell
this
of an
out loud?
anagram.
I
Not an
will
anagram.
Oh,
I will
okay.
address this to the other half orc in the room. That they're experimenting on half orcs.
Hmm.
Actually, you'd be able to gather that they're experimenting on everybody.
Yeah.
half orcs
Yeah,
are looking.
everybody is
I
just
would-
that half orcs seem to be the best candidates.
Given the subject matter, would Relos be able to make connections to a certain organization?
Because you failed your history check, no.
Damn it.
That makes sense. This is
Right now,
complete-
he's just so enamored by the lab, he doesn't remember anything.
It's one of those cases where it's like, oh god, I hope this isn't who I think it is, but
I
I
mean-
can't quite remember.
Is this like a trap door in the middle of the room?
I'm pretty sure you don't want to know what's
It
in there.
It is. I'm not
Would
standing
you like
on it.
to investigate?
I would like to investigate to see if it looks like it's been maybe opened recently. Has it been closed for a really long time?
Oh
Anything
yeah,
weird
sure.
about
Make
it?
I don't think you want
Make
to
an
know what's in
investigation check.
there.
You find that it seems to be like it's been opened periodically.
Is there any weird smell coming out of it?
Or sounds?
Or sounds?
Perception check.
Hey!
You don't really notice anything different about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a trap door.
Mhm.
You don't hear anything. The smell that could be coming out of it seems to at least match what you're smelling in the room, which is
This-
death and decay.
Yeah. This go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna check to see what the nature of the procedures being done on these bodies is.
Make a medicine check.
Medicine check. All right.
Yep.
One of the few things I have a +4 in. 13.
You're not able to tell. There appears to be multiple lacerations and incisions, but you don't know.
What's the body on the table?
It's actually a couple bodies. Looks like.
this
Actually, make
place.
an investigation check.
Jesus.
I like
Look-
where this is going.
Looks like at one point or another they were tried to be fused together.
So what kind of
Okay.
parts does it look like this thing is made of? Can I tell?
Yeah, it looks like just multiple different like,
Humanoid races.
humanoid races together. Yeah.
This
Taking the best parts of some races and putting them onto.
Minotaur. Yeah, this little sigil up in the corner. Yeah, little. This thing up in the corner.
Yeah.
Barely noticeable.
Yeah. What do I got to roll to identify this? Or
Arcana.
attempt to. Arcana. Okay, I'm supposed to be good at that.
Yeah.
It's not familiar to you.
Okay, so it's okay.
I'm gonna see if
could-
there's any traps
I,
on
like,
this desk down here.
Like attempt to discern maybe just a general idea of what it's meant to be for.
Okay.
With the 18 or
Perception check for Sfork. Yeah, there's not really. I mean, there's no like magical like effect coming off of it.
okay.
It seems
so
to be
it doesn't.
inert.
Okay, so it seems like whatever it was used for, it was used for, but what
Yeah.
it was used to communicate or summon, I don't know. Okay.
Correct. No traps on the table that you can tell.
Not
And
something
I would
my
like to
wheelhouse.
investigate it.
Okay, you'd find just a bunch of different like smaller body parts like eyeballs and some tongues and a finger here or there. Nothing that really stands out.
Okay, so not like no like drawers or anything on the desk.
Nope.
All right, the strange thing right here. I'm
Okay.
gonna check that out.
Okay.
It's magical. Watch out.
Medicine, Arcana, what?
Arcana. This is what Zora could do.
What are you checking about it?
Any like discerning like what it might. I'm assuming that's like some sort of concoction or something, or is that just a general thing that's just sitting there? I can't quite tell.
Uh-oh.
Everything all right?
Is it like a potion on a table, or is it some kind of device?
Is it like a big vat?
Hello?
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 Give him a second.
Oh, hang on. We lost. Josh's Discord's being weird.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
since he was quiet, something's up. So just give him a second to
Mhm.
get it straightened out.
I think he's having just I think he's just having ping issues.
Ooh, I'm gonna close my heater. 1 second. It's hot AF in
Okay,
my
there
bedroom.
we go. Yeah, it was weird. Okay, what are you investigating? There we go.
The
Oh,
fuck, Discord, really? Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
Is
It's
is it
weird.
like a
Not the time.
concoction? Is it some device there? Like, is there a liquid or not? That's my main
There
question.
seems to be a liquid.
All right.
You can't really tell by just looking into it.
It's more just from a bird's eye view. We can't tell exactly what it is. Like, is it
Yeah.
like a big vat of something, like a big like metal container, or like that's more. We're just curious about
Yeah,
that first
correct.
because we
It
can't
is.
tell.
It is made of metal.
Mm-hmm.
The entire thing
Okay.
is.
Okay.
But it seems
Kinda-
to be an open portion on the top that would be big enough to like. I'd say it's probably about 3/4 of a foot in diameter.
All right. I'm thinking maybe just do like a medicine, or to just see what this might be used for in the context of this laboratory.
I'd give you an intelligence check.
Just general intelligence.
Yep.
All right.
See if you
I
can
don't know if
piece
my
stuff together.
all right. I don't know if my alchemist supplies proficiency will help. So general intelligence. This is gonna
Guessing
suck.
that's no.
That's
Nope.
a no.
Is there any other information I would have gleaned other than it's magical with my 26 Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
You would have been able to figure out it belongs to the closest school that could identify it would be necromancy.
Ah, that tracks.
Oh man. Relos would like say to the group, I don't like how things are looking down here. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, we're not
Getting some
exactly all
weird
the way
deja
down
vu.
yet.
Okay.
We
So
have this still.
I'm getting some weird
Pointing to the
deja vu
ground.
is all.
What gave you the first impression? The random body parts, the amalgamation of a body on the table, or the spewing of necromantic gas coming out of that machine?
yeah. So,
Or the note.
so what?
I'm not saying I did some terrible things at one point that I was forced to do, but I may have been forced to do some terrible things.
So what can I do to attempt to discern what the purpose of this is?
The
Like, would that
purpose
be
of what?
the general purpose of like why these individuals have been sewn together? Like, would that be an Arcana or general intelligence?
I would say probably general intelligence.
Okay. Ugh, no.
Yeah, it seems like a weird situation to you.
Well,
Given what Relos knows
not the
now,
weirdest.
would he have a better understanding of what's going on here?
I'll give you another history check.
Alright. Nope.
Hmm.
Better than
What's
a
that?
one.
What is the saying about elephants never forgetting stuff?
He's not an
Apparently
elephant.
D&D
He's
doesn't
half orc.
apply.
Oh,
I'm
right.
not.
That's
I'm
right.
not an elephant.
Oh, right.
He just looks like one.
He's an Alexa, don't forget.
He's a
Get
Alexa
out.
Dane.
Nope, no. Out, Josh.
Out. Out. Even I won't encourage that pun. Even I won't endorse that.
Gotta look to see if there's any traps on this trapdoor.
Yeah, the giant
Sure.
That's what I
trapdoor.
was thinking about doing.
Make a perception check.
Yeah. In the meantime, over here looks like a drain.
You don't find any traps.
All right. Do we want to try and crack this thing open to see what's inside or if it goes anywhere?
Yeah, just real quick,
Well,
Josh.
Is anything gonna come out of this?
I have a question.
Yes.
Bodies everywhere, and they said that half orcs are best for the experiments. Doesn't that mean there was a success at some point?
I mean, we suppose it's possible, but it's also possible that whatever these experiments were for, they were most successful, but there wasn't an entire success.
They could have just had the most success with half orcs, but
It could have
They
been the
still
closest to, but yes.
It was probably only like a few success cases, for all we know.
Yeah. So Josh, over here, it looks like there's like a drain.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks
Looks like
there's
there's
a bunch of blood that's been drained out to it.
a drain over here. Probably where the blood runoff goes. Probably means that it connects maybe to some sort of sewer system.
well,
Not
we're
that
gonna open this
surprising.
door. Something might come out of this. So
Only one way to find out.
if you're not too keen on being close to this door when it opens, yeah, like that, back up.
yeah. Farrah's just
I
like,
just see the token go forward and then right back.
yeah.
That's a
Farrah's
good
just
thought.
Um,
I'm just gonna go over here. There we go.
All right, big guy. Do you need help opening this, or
I figure it's better to have each of us on each side.
all right? Is there only
Cal's
like
just-
one way to open it? Is there only like one hook kind of thing, or like does each door have like its own little ring to open it?
Just one hook.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
Omri's
we're
gonna
gonna
stand
have to
there.
Get ready with the crossbow.
Yeah,
Alright.
Omri's gonna ready an
Turn the light
arrow,
up.
I am also readying a crossbow.
gonna hold
Alright.
it, and if anything aggressive comes crawling out of this hole, I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
Alright. Do you want me to roll like athletics or something to open this thing?
Nope. It opens fairly easily and falls inward.
Falls inward. Okay.
Yep.
Does the other door fall inward too?
It does, yeah. They both do it at the same time.
Hmm.
And as they fall, a portion of one of them sticks upward, as if you got to push that to get both doors back up.
Hmm.
And nothing comes crawling out.
Gonna take a look in.
Same.
Okay. You both look in. Realize you don't see anything because it's pitch black. Omri,
Right.
you see 60 feet, and then it turns pitch black. It looks
Omri
like
had
it
a
just
torch.
goes
I'm-
straight down.
Gotta take care of something.
Yeah,
Had a
I'm
torch
gonna-
lit.
Yep.
I'm also
Yeah.
going to look down with
I'm
my
going
120 feet of dark vision.
I'm also gonna
Bastard.
drop the torch down the hole.
Okay. You drop the Sork, you look in, you see 120 feet before darkness.
Okay.
Omri, you drop the torch, and it falls, 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 and falls. And then you hear it hit something.
The ground, or not like
Something.
Something.
At this distance, it's probably too far to accurately discern.
I was paying close attention and would like to try and accurately discern.
Okay. Make
I
a
figured for it
perception
can
check.
see 120 plus what else.
Well,
after the
it's
torch
more
fell.
discerning
Make-
sound.
Make what type of check?
Perception.
Perception. Okay. This wouldn't be intelligence on like counting how long it takes to fall, and then
Oh, I guess, yeah, that would make more sense.
would it be perception intelligence?
Sure.
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna roll investigation. It's the same roll.
Okay.
Damn.
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
You,
All
you
of my bullshit, and I roll crap.
you count for a couple seconds, and then you get distracted, and then you start
Because
over.
people keep talking.
Exactly. And then you start over, and then by that time, it hits the ground.
Fuck.
Would I have been able to tell what kind of sound it was when it hit the ground? Since I was actively watching my torch fall as well. Like, did it hit ground? Did it hit a body? Did it make like a lighter thud? A louder
It'd be
thud?
too far down for you to discern what
Okay.
sound it would make. But it looks hella far.
Hella far.
Elephant.
Alright.
So it's a pit of doom.
I'm gonna look over at Selenia and be like, do you... We both got pointy ears, but yours are pointier than mine. Do you hear anything down there?
I can see if I do.
Don't
Everyone
notice
be
anything.
quiet.
I can't do things. It froze.
It's all right. You wouldn't hear anything anyway.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
We're just gonna like cup our hands together and be like, "Hello, hello, hello."
Wow,
hello.
I heard an echo go through Discord. That was perfect.
I know.
That
It
was
was good.
awesome.
You do that, and then a couple seconds later, you hear something roar.
Roar? Pardon me?
Roar.
Does it sound big?
It sounds pretty big.
Where are you
Sounds
going,
like,
Joe?
No.
Who?
I would close it, please. Looking over at Relos. Close it, please. Please close it.
Can I tell? Does the roar sound like animalistic, or does it sound like a person who's
It
real
sounds
angry?
monstrous.
Oh, okay. Yep. Close the door. Let's close the door.
Is there a way to lock that thing?
Not that you saw.
Does it? Do we hear anything else
That's why
now?
I'm just
Does it sound?
asking to all those standing near it.
I'm going to assume that they're going to close the door and start looking around for like chains or some shit.
Before we close the door, does it sound like anything's coming towards us, or?
Make a perception check.
Oh shit.
You don't hear anything coming toward you.
So it's just as quiet down this pit that it was before the roar.
Yep.
I'd say let's alert
Still,
the
still gonna close
guards,
it. Still
but
gonna
they're
close
pretty
it.
stupid.
Close
I'm
the
gonna,
door.
I'm gonna go over to the dead body table and look for chains because that's where I would expect to find them
Manacles.
in a necromancer's lair.
You do
I
find
guess.
chains.
Cool. Then I try to like get the chains and bring them over to the door to chain it up.
Okay, yeah. Easy enough to bring them over. And they're chained, so it's not extremely difficult to like secure them.
Great.
Well, Pharaoh, welcome home.
Indeed.
You got a monster in your basement.
Indeed.
What are we going to do about the monster in the basement?
Well, I'd say let's alert the guards, but I don't think they'd be very useful.
The guards in this town are idiots, so.
That's what
Well-
I just said.
A few extra meat shields to prevent it from eating us first would be beneficial.
That was the
You really
main
think if we
suggestion.
tell them there's a monster in the basement, they're gonna come running to help?
Unfortunately, I do highly doubt that.
Can I look and see if there are any notes or anything about either what was going on, what's in the pit of doom?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Maybe it's one of those semi-success half-orcs down there.
Can someone hit a button for me?
Josh, hit the button.
Josh, hit the
Yes, dear.
button.
Wow.
Whoosh. Get to work, DM.
All right.
Oof.
You don't find anything, although there seems to be a very suspicious chest down in this corner.
Oh wow, we all missed that. 10
I
on
thought it was a
10,
table.
everybody.
Yeah, so did I.
It looks like a table.
Also, is this a bookshelf or like what is this weird brown thing? Because since we're in a weird view, I can't tell. Or is it a rug? Well, I
it's
see the
like-
ground.
It's a
so-
rug, yeah.
Oh, it's because you can
I'm
see
just
like
gonna
the
call it a
stone
rug.
underneath. So I was like, hey.
I'm just gonna call it a rug.
I mean,
It's a-
over here is probably a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks
okay.
more like a cabinet, but whatever.
Wait, shit.
Anyway.
There's a bookshelf here. God damn
You
it.
didn't say Simon Says.
Going up to this mysterious chest. Does it look trapped?
Okay. Make a perception check.
The number of perception checks you've rolled in the last, like...
Doesn't appear to be trapped.
If I try and open it, is it locked?
Nope.
I remember the last campaign, what happened when I opened chests.
And within you find a single hand going in flipping you off.
I would like to search the bookcase for any like journals, records that he might have been keeping on his experiments.
I will
Yeah.
also open the
Make
chest. Maybe you
a
go first.
investigation check.
All right.
And you open the chest and you
Fuck.
find not a whole lot in there. You find different various like articles of clothing.
Just like regular plain Jane clothes.
Yeah, pretty much like people that were walking around on the streets.
Probably owned by the people he murdered. Okay, cool.
Probably.
Likely.
Spark, you don't find any like nothing that stands out to you at least.
They're probably on the top shelf.
Or hidden.
No,
The lower
in any
shelves
case.
seem empty.
What's that?
So the lower shelves seem almost empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, in any case, I would also like to attempt an investigation of this here shelf.
Okay.
Is the only thing in my chest closed?
Yes.
Probably not going to find anything I want.
Yeah, Pharaoh, you
So many puns
look up
right there.
where Swark was looking and determined that you probably should look higher. And you do find a journal laying on the top shelf.
Alright, I'll mage hand that because I don't want to touch it.
Okay. You mage hand it from the top shelf.
And I'll hand it off. Well, actually, no, I want to read through it first.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
Those.
All right, you don't recognize the language.
Motherfucker probably it's probably in Nolish.
Fuck you, I don't.
Are you
Whoa.
casting it as an action? Or
That's the only reason. That's the only way I can.
not sure you don't have ritual casting.
Yeah, I don't have
Alright.
rip casting.
You cast comprehend languages.
And you hear
Yeah,
music.
I mean it.
Sorry. The Betty Hill theme plays.
You make a intelligence check, please, or investigation.
Okay.
You find the words "the cake was good" written repeatedly.
Wow.
Just getting shafted by the cake.
I'm really tempted to just Eldritch Blast it and just rip it to shreds, but I'm not going to. Alright, so unfortunately, even with my magics, I don't understand what the hell this is saying.
Can I take a look at it?
Sure.
You're open to it.
All right, I take a look at it.
What languages do you speak?
It's probably going to be in fucking Gnomish.
I don't know why it would be, but that would be funny.
Because Gnomish and Halfling are the only common languages I don't have.
You also don't understand it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh no, that's not true. I also don't have Goblin.
What did you guys find over there? A book?
Yeah,
It's
it looks to
likely a
be.
research journal, but I don't think it's in any language we understand anyways, and even with my magics that allow me to understand the written language.
Does it match the scroll?
No. The scroll was written in common,
Oh.
but it appeared to
I
have
mean-
a hidden cipher on it.
I mean, is the handwriting the same though?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, between the head and the journal, I'm sure this will probably be enough information for the reward.
Indeed.
How much clothes would you say are in this box?
It's a pretty deep chest. I'd say there's probably about 40 pairs of clothes.
Oh, shit. Okay. You two that live here, have there been like reports of people missing or anything lately?
Have there?
No.
That's that's actually
No.
technically a question for all four of us.
Yeah.
That's true. I just figured I'd ask the two
Yeah.
that were. I thought they were. I mean, to Omri's
Yeah.
knowledge, they seem like they've
Yeah.
lived here longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I know of. Not other than
Afraid
the
I
random
haven't.
people getting killed on the streets.
Where did he
Yeah,
get
so
all
afraid
these
I haven't
people
heard.
from? Is what I want to know. Oh, that's the other question I wanted to ask. Do these bodies look like super old and decayed, or are they like a mix of like fresh and old?
Make a medicine check.
Damn, I was hoping to coast on that first nat 20. Fuck.
They appeared to be pretty old.
Months old?
Months, years, hard to tell.
Okay, so this place smells rank. Good to know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sounds pretty
a
bad.
whole lot of states of decay.
Can I dig around in that chest under and through the clothes to see if there's anything like hidden in underneath the clothes and whatnot?
Shotgun trap.
Another gun!
Are you gonna pull the clothes out or just dig?
I'll pull a few pieces out.
Okay, you pull a few pieces out, and then dig the rest of the way. Make a investigation check.
Yay.
You find 2 gold at the bottom.
Pocket that.
And that's it.
I'm gonna pull out every single piece of clothing.
Okay, you pull out
And,
every
like,
single piece
look
of
at-
clothing.
And like, I'm gonna look at them kind of while I'm pulling them out and see if there's anything like noteworthy about any piece. Like, is something like maybe related to like a guard or something like this or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give you a general history check as you do that.
So many checks.
I know. It's an active
awesome.
investigation.
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah, you pull them out. Nothing seems to be like related to a pattern or anything. You find people that have, rugged clothes, or I shouldn't say people. You find pairs of rugged clothes, wealthy clothes, like a very wide variety of clothes in there. And then at the bottom, as you pull everything out, you find 2 gold necklaces that are worth 20 gold apiece.
Huh. Hot diggity dog.
As well as another 6 gold.
Like 6 gold pieces or 6 gold in assorted change.
6 gold and a sort of change, but yeah.
I'll take the 6 gold. It's fine.
Well, yeah, just the effective 6 gold.
Enjoy my tinderbox, guys. Clicked on that by accident.
Yeah, and then she starts lighting everything on fire.
So, so what are we gonna do? We're just gonna leave this spooky dungeon with our basement monster and call it a day? Like, we're gonna come back to the boogeyman at another time?
Well, unless you want to investigate the spooky monster in the
It
dark
is
tunnel.
a most excellent question because, well, I don't exactly fancy our chances of getting down there alive, much less facing whatever's down there. Unless there's an alternate path. With my guess, that might lead down to the sewers, but that is an awfully far drop.
It looks like a really small hole. I don't
That's
see
what
the
she
big
said.
guy fitting. God damn it, Joe, you piece of shit.
I did not mean the drain, I meant the
Oh, okay.
large trap door.
Oh, okay.
Again, I do not think we will survive the drop.
I think it's a bit
Yeah.
deep to be sewers.
That would be my thought, but what else would that lead to? An underground cabin?
Maybe.
I mean, what do we know of local cabin systems? Besides, we could get lost in there for days.
I'm just curious if what's at the bottom of that hole is one of their, or one of Reginald's, almost called him Randall. Fuck. His potentially semi-successful experiments.
That would be the easiest conclusion to make.
That depends on your definition of successful.
Well, you know what I
That
mean.
as well, but
Something capable of roaring, and who knows how long
it's
it's been
possible
down
that
there.
it could be some sort of carrion feeder as well.
I mean, you'd think all these bodies would be down there instead of up here.
Well, as far as we can see, we only see parts of some and parts of others. We don't know if the remainder is gone.
I imagine the remainder is whatever's roaring.
That's also very possible.
I'm just saying, the remainder probably went to whatever was roaring.
Well,
Think about it. If you want
I
to
could
dispose
also-
body parts without arousing suspicion, why not feed it to something that eats dead bodies?
I mean, I've only heard of such things, but it is possible that
I'm just
They
saying,
form some
theoretically, if you wanted to get rid of something without arousing suspicion
no,
in a
I'm
typical
not.
village,
I'm not disagreeing with you. Only posing an alternative theory of just it is potentially possible that there's some sort of horrific amalgamation of bodies that have been animated by a different source.
also very plausible.
In any case, I don't think we necessarily have the means to investigate this, and I'll be honest, I don't think we'd want to fight that in here. It's far too small.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it's
I'm-
capable of. It could crawl up the walls for all we know.
I mean,
Although,
That door opened pretty easy. If it was capable of crawling up the walls, it'd probably
Mm.
be out here by now.
more than likely.
Because we haven't heard those chains rattle, so it's not like anything's tried to come back out.
Indeed.
And you'd think if it was that, if Reginald was that worried, if he had anything to worry about, it wouldn't be a door that wasn't even locked. Like, sure, there was the lever, but I mean, this door. He was just working down here in complete safety
Yes, and
with whatever's down there.
something of size enough to fit through here would probably very easily break down that door.
taking a
Not the
look
case.
around. Taking a look around, can I find any more like research notes, or is this place been scrubbed clean besides the one note?
I mean, or
Hmm.
Zvorik technically has research notes, but we haven't been able to read them.
Yeah, like any other like books, notes, anything of any subjects that pertain to either
I'm less than eager to leave something that doesn't
No.
exactly sound monstrous, sure, but
Yeah, you don't
that
find
roar,
anything.
did it sound like it was in pain or just really ticked off?
Neither.
Just sounded like it heard something.
It was just saying hi back.
Could have been.
you were saying, Josh?
You don't find any like extra notes hidden around anywhere, other than like what's in the journal that hasn't been able to be read yet.
I mean, if Svorik is inclined to, I could take a look at those, see if I could read anything in there.
I mean, if you want to, sure, just make sure you get it back to me so I can take it in for the reward.
All right.
We have code breakers for this kind of thing.
Going through it, is it written in any languages I understand?
What languages do you know?
If I didn't understand it, I don't know if anybody else will.
One second. Opening up character sheet.
It's like I think the only other people that know languages I don't are Slania with Druidic and Cal with Halfling.
All right. Common, Draconic, Technical
Oh, yeah,
Orc, and
and
Sylvan.
Say those again.
Common, Draconic, Orc, Sylvan. Those are my languages.
Nope.
So
Could I see if it's written the same way as the other note?
It wasn't. We already asked that.
All
it is
right.
not the same language, but it is the same script. Or rather, handwriting.
Can we recognize the script at least to like narrow it down to what language it could be?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I don't think it's if it's Nolish. I don't think it says it in the book.
No,
It wouldn't. No, it's not written in Nolish.
Okay.
One down, guys. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, I know, right? That was just like my guess because like he's a Knoll, it would make sense.
The script
Mhm.
would be Infernal.
Oh, there you go.
All right, we just need somebody who speaks Infernal. Looks at the tiefling.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
You
No,
try
I know.
already.
I know what language it is in now.
Yep.
It's the other one.
The other one.
This son of a bitch is summoning demon.
Did I choose a language nobody had? Maybe.
Wait a second, a
Wonder if
tiefling
that
that
on
doesn't know
purpose.
Infernal.
No, it's not infernal.
It's the Infernal script, not the
Yeah.
Infernal language.
Yeah, it's infernal script. 2 languages use the infernal script.
That's like getting mad at an Englishman for not knowing how to read German.
Also true.
So, what's the game plan here? Because we know the guards won't help. We can just leave this thing down here and hope it doesn't somehow get out.
I think we've done the best we
Yeah,
can with chaining up the trap door. At this point,
Well, we know where it is, and we can access it.
I think our best bet is to take the information we've gathered and turn in for the reward of the job. All
I mean,
the job
may
was
know
gathering
where we can
information.
look. I may know a place where we can find more information on this.
Where?
I look at the DM,
Do you?
feat researcher.
Reading and reading
Relos
and
keeps
reading.
hearing music.
I know.
The elevator music plays
yeah.
anytime you ask a question.
Yeah, you would have some kind of-
Processing, going
you would
through
have
the
you would have a
list.
clue.
I would know
Josh
where
doesn't,
we
but
can...
you do.
You would know that there's another bookstore in town.
Oh, mother. You piece of shit.
I'm sorry, what was that? What was that? My ping skyrocketed when you said that.
I said you would know there's another bookstore in town.
God damn it.
That seems to be a library of
Oh,
knowledge.
basically go to the other bookstore.
Yeah, I don't think that is necessary. Doing the
Oh, yeah,
research
the
ourselves.
racist bookstore.
There's only
I,
one of us who's getting in there.
I don't think we need
chance.
to go there and do the research ourselves. Like I said, we have code breakers for this kind of thing. They can figure it out themselves. I'm fairly certain the information we've gathered is plenty. All they really wanted was to ask the Knoll some questions, and we've already gathered and found his secret, gathered information about what he was doing down here. I think that's plenty.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to continue to look into this. Everything about this has me on edge.
Well, good luck with that.
Whoa, whoa. You're coming with us to turn this in, for one.
Oh, you don't want the scientist who potentially knows more information about this to go do his own research away from you guys. Okay.
And we have what guarantees that you come back?
I have been hiding out in this town. I don't exactly want to go somewhere else that I could potentially be seen or found or, have
think-
someone who would potentially make a connection that a scientist who has done some pretty terrible things has just come back, has just resurfaced for no explanation in a different form.
You think looking the way you do, just because you're in a small town, someone's not going to find you? Really? You would need to live in the middle of the woods.
Well, I'm not exactly going into the Parchwood.
obviously. But again, as I said, looking the way you do, it's not going to take very much for someone to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, unless
Bye,
somebody
Cal.
thinks. Unless somebody thinks,
Gypsy.
oh, I don't know, that the elephant man named Relos is the same half-orc scientist named Relos who went missing a couple days ago and has suddenly resurfaced.
Wait, you've only been an elephant man for a couple days?
Bingo.
And
This
it's
is a
that
very
bad
recent
already?
change.
Can we go continue this conversation upstairs? I'm getting really
Yes,
tired of the
let's.
smell of dead bodies.
Yeah, let's
Yes,
leave.
I've been around enough dead bodies to last me a lifetime.
Speaking of it, we're just gonna leave these dead bodies right here.
I mean,
Yes.
they're not so much
Mhm.
bodies anymore as they are pieces of bodies.
Okay, we're just gonna leave these parts right here.
I mean, if
We
you
could
want to throw
dump
them into
them
the
down
pit of
the.
doom, you can.
We could dump them down the pit that roared at us.
You want to feed it?
No.
Better than having them rot up here. The only thing
I mean, they
separating
were
that
already rotting
those
up
body.
there.
I think we're fine leaving the parts where they are.
We could at least
Fine by
burn
me.
them, maybe.
Yeah, burn them inside. Go right ahead.
Let's
A
just leave them
controlled
for
burn.
now. Let's leave them for now in case, for whatever reason, I don't know,
Yes, because
we come upon needing to find someone and we happen to have a piece of them down here.
Yes, because controlled burns always go good indoors. Go right ahead. I'm gonna go
Surrounded
outside.
by anonymous liquids. Yeah, no, let's go back upstairs.
All right. I do have acid too, by the way.
We don't need that right now, I don't think, for what we need to do. Unless you're planning on
Mhm.
killing the bookstore people, which I would be okay with, and then taking their stuff, but other than
We saw
that,
how well that turned out last time.
All right.
that's true. I did get shot. You'd probably maybe avoid bookkeepers for a while.
Or just people with guns.
I mean, had I known he had a gun.
You still would have pushed him.
I mean,
Okay,
you
sorry.
weren't even here.
I had to step away.
We were
from
kind
the
of
water.
watching through a hole in the wall.
And he didn't push him either. Thank you very much.
I didn't say
No,
physically.
you just tried to slam his head into a table.
You tried to push him, tried to pull him.
What if I just wanted to give him a friendly hug?
I don't think I believe that.
No way.
So we are turning in the reward and.
Yes, Forik, are we turning in the reward?
Well, as I'm the one that the items are meant to be turned into, I will pass them along the chain and then bring the reward money to you guys. I think we should split it equally, seeing how just about
We all
everybody...
we all put in work.
Yeah. So,
I'm pretty sure the head is enough. Unless you want to pass that book along to some people who could read it and send it back with translation. Which could be the plan.
I'm going to pass the book along to the people that have the most use of it. Yes, that is my plan.
Are we gonna get that book back? Or find out
Could
what
we-
was in it?
Could we at least get a translation back?
I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Then why
Could
are we
you
giving it to
ask
you?
for a translation?
I will pass along that it seems some of the people on this job got a personal stake in the information gathered, and possibly you will get a translation back, but I make no promises.
Wow, the people you work for really suck.
The unfortunate thing is that
I mean, granted, considering they posted him here, he probably drew the short end of the straw.
That is a right assumption. I'm not even supposed to be here.
You seem like such a small problem, though. How could you make anybody upset?
It's actually they were a bit understaffed here, and they sent me here.
I am quite surprised Cal did not punch you in the kneecap for that one.
Wasn't directed at me.
I was talking to Tvorak, not Cal, so.
Oh, so you only punch people in the kneecaps when it's a short joke about you.
Well, yeah.
Why are you so sensitive about your height? All halflings are that size.
I understand that, but I just don't enjoy short jokes.
I mean, that is fair.
All right.
I mean, do you enjoy ugly jokes?
I don't know. I've never had an ugly joke made at me before.
Then apparently that one went right over your head, and I walk away.
Okay, clearly the halfling has no sense of humor.
Where would he hide it? Where would he keep it in his body? Not enough space.
You are so glad you walked away.
Smack. Really?
I think you should probably wait until he's out of range before you say things like that. I mean, he did recently
He
fire
grabs the
something that,
shotgun.
yes, that.
Well,
Hmm.
I will be going to turn in this information. The Knoll head, please.
It's in
Oh,
a
right,
bag
I'm
on
carrying the
floor.
knoll head.
Yeah.
No, I had it. I just dropped it. It was in a bag that I just left upstairs, so it's right
Yeah.
there.
All right.
Take it. I will meet all of you back at the bar where we met with the reward money.
Well,
Can we find
while
another
you're
bar? 'Cause I don't think I'm allowed back in that one.
I
Josh, would,
think it
would
will
me
be
and Cal
fine.
know whether or not the bartender holds a grudge against the people he kicks out?
I'll say something to the bartender. I know him.
I really hate you. Like, I barely know you, but it's unreal how much I dislike you.
The feeling is mutual, I think.
After a while, he kind of grows on you, actually.
It's not too hard.
Okay, so you go off to your contact in your undisclosed location.
Can I follow him?
Probably that
Redacted.
bar.
Oh, God.
It's probably going to be that bar, too. This undisclosed
You want to
location.
follow Spork?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Make
going to
a
follow.
stealth
I'm going to...
check.
Oh boy. This is gonna
I'm
make
gonna
or
go
break
to-
it right here.
Unlike them, I'm
Uh,
going to do the racist bookshop.
Wait, 1 second.
Would be I would be taking a burn trail, by the way.
Yep.
Okay.
I figured,
Um,
'cause that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
And by following him, it's not so much that I'm like keeping him in sight of me. I'm more like tracking him to where he goes. Like, I don't want him to be able to turn around and be like, "Oh, hey, giant half-orc."
Okay, make a stealth check.
That's still stealth if I'm tracking
Yeah.
him. Okay.
Well, you're trying to avoid everybody else that might be
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, you're trying to A, not be seen, and B, follow.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to make a stealth check and then a survival check.
Oh no.
And now your survival check.
Which I get an advantage at least, but I mean.
Hmm.
Well, I have no problem knowing where he went, but
All right.
everyone else knows
Spork.
that where that is too.
As you're
Steps on all
walking
the
along,
branches.
taking your path that you take, and just as you're about to round a corner, you notice that very quickly, Omri is catching up to you, following your exact movements.
Stepping on every branch and
Wait,
hitting
but
every card.
Isn't that even though I said I didn't want to do that, that's what I end up doing?
Yes, because
Okay.
you were so good at
Rip.
tracking, but not as
Shit.
good enough at stealth. So you got
Steps
ahead
on-
of yourself.
Oh, fuck. too good at
So
one thing.
what I
not good
do
at the other.
as I'm turning the corner, I move as if like I'm gonna keep going, and corner waiting for her to come around the corner.
Okay.
Fuck.
A few seconds later, Omri, you turn the corner and Svorik is right there.
Hey, shortstop.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not bad, Taking a look around.
Uh-huh. Honestly, I say this because I want you to be, but you have to be better at this than this. This is bad.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I will walk off.
Don't do that. Own up to it. It's fine.
I'm just walking away.
Just be better. Okay, bye. Bye, Omri.
Wow.
Clearly, the half orc is.
And then I walk away, and I wait around another corner.
All right, Svorik, you easily managed to avoid her from here on out.
Wait.
I easily do not find him after this.
Easily, yeah. He just turns another corner and he's gone.
Well, if I wanted to try tracking him again, could I? Or are you calling my shenanigans at an end?
Yeah, you're done.
Okay.
Mhm.
You've been called out. He will
go-
very easily be able to cover up what he's doing now.
Alright, I go back to the bookstore.
Mhm.
Okay, fine. Have fun. We're going to the bar.
So
I mean, I was going to the other bookstore.
I thought we were
So
meeting.
the-
Yeah,
at the
that's
bar.
what I meant.
So Sworik, your contacts take the head and the book from you and give you 100 gold.
Great. I will pass along that one of the members of the party that worked on this job seemed to take a personal interest in the contents of the journal and would request the information when they were able to decode it.
You get a nod back and they walk off.
Great.
All right.
I will make my way back to the party after I reconnect on Discord because I'm getting spotty connection again.
Mhm. In the process of him doing all that, Relos will be heading to the bookshop. The racist bookshop.
All right, you
Or at
go
least
inside
racist
the
to Omri.
bookshop.
That's where we're
Everybody
going to.
looks at you, and they shoo you out with a broom.
Fucking really? Really?
You're the
Really,
only
motherfuckers?
person. You're the only person like them that they've ever seen before, and they're more scared of you than they are interested.
Really?
If he turns
kinda
and says,
like-
"Well, I never," I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah. Just like look at it.
Really?
It's like I
Kick
don't
out
know
the
what
fellow
that is.
intellectual.
I don't know what that is, but I feel like I'm better than it. Go away.
It was one of those things where it's like, kick out a fellow intellectual. Idiots. I was about to pull a well, dare I say. Good day, sir. But no, I would not do that.
I said, "Good day, sir."
Jesus.
And I also headed to the bar, seeing as how apparently I have been denied entry into a place of intellectualism.
So you're going to the bar, or you're going to the bookstore?
If they kicked me out, I will head to the bar.
Okay.
I was on my way to the bookshop and seeing Relos come out, knowing.
Oh,
I
you
will
wouldn't
have
seen
no
him.
such
You would have been
knowing.
ahead of him.
Oh, okay. I was also heading to the bookshop.
Okay. Reload goes to the bar. Armory goes back to the bookshop.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has a phone call.
Shut up, phone. All right, idiot, shut up. It's one of those things where like she sees me get kicked out, and then I see her come by, and I'm like,
No, I would be. Wait, I'm getting my bookshops confused. I'm sorry. I'm going back to
I was
ours,
heading-
not the other one. I am so
Yeah.
messed up with these bookstores.
Yeah.
There's too many
Svorik
bookshops.
said, yeah,
So many
Svorik said
bookshops.
that we would meet at the bar,
There's too
so I'm
many.
going to the bar.
Schwark did say that.
After
Al's
being
already
kicked out of
there.
after being kicked out of the racist bookshop.
And the question is whether Omri gets there before Sforik has a chance to talk to the bartender.
That's also a good point.
Or if she's still actually going to the bookstore.
She said she was going to the bookstore. If you go to
I
the
did.
bookstore, you'll get there before her.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like there by herself, like, where is everyone?
Oh,
Fuck
she's
the
just gonna-
bar!
You I'm sorry. You think Pharaoh left?
Oh,
That bitch is kind of
Yeah.
waiting.
fine. No
I'm
reward for Vero then.
I mean, nobody
Yeah, no-
nobody said anything else after, so I'm going
You
back
did
to the
say-
bookshop.
You said you were splitting it evenly. You didn't say everybody had to be present for the split.
Exactly.
That's true.
Well,
That
Kevin
means
said
yeah.
he's
That
fine
means
with it.
I should go there. I don't. But maybe I want to be obstinate. Maybe I just want to stay in my little bookshop. Fuck you guys.
So everyone's going to the bar then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least I will be, begrudgingly.
You're gonna flip that lever before you go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed we did that after we all left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed like we flipped it and made sure that.
I am actually going back to our bookshop.
Also, do remember to lock the door.
The glass is broken in the back. I know we didn't have time to fix that.
So not to mention there's a hole in the front too.
That too.
In the bottom of the sea.
I would have just been kind of out front, waiting for Omri. Been like, oh, there you went. Kind of
You
waiting.
were at the bookstore too with me.
Yeah, I didn't have to leave.
There's just something I want to do really quick, and then we can head over to the bar.
I
don't even know if I'm allowed back in there. Don't be like me.
Well, I could ask them very nicely, and maybe they could.
They'd probably listen to you.
Hmm.
They might let me in the door.
She just
Just
kind
not
of
near the bar.
smiles real big at her. I got you.
Omri's just like, I don't want to like you, but it's hard not to.
Mm-hmm.
Omri's gonna go back into the bookstore from one of the various means of getting in here without the key.
Okay. Yeah.
Since there's going to be ways.
Since apparently there's a little hole in the wall.
She's gonna pull the lever and go back down to
Okay.
the fun lab. Pull the chain off of the pit.
Okay.
Open just like one of them, not the whole thing, and just a
Okay.
very
You
tiny
open
bit.
one, and the other one opens
Right.
with it.
That's right. Fuck.
Mhm.
Forgot that they both open at the same time. Anyways, I drop the 9 rations I have left in my bag down the hole, close it, rechain it, and leave. And head to the bar.
Totally not a recipe for disaster.
Okay.
And then I go back to the bar. That's all.
All right. Who's got the bingo board? DM confused.
I got it.
Oh, she just wants to destroy everything I own. Okay,
And I close the lever when I leave, so
fine.
Yeah. Okay.
and then head back to the bar.
So when Sforik gets to the bar, he will speak to the bartender and explain to him that the half-orc woman from the previous day is going to be swinging by. She's fine. She's okay to be let in. However, just be ready in case she makes another fuss, or any of the people that he'll be meeting with that day. Just in case.
Maggie gives you a nod.
Great.
Did you say Maggie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bartender.
Why is she listed as Gabby in the neutral parties?
Oh shit! Did I
I'm
fuck
so
that up?
confused. God damn it,
Yeah.
Josh!
Yeah, no, that was me.
Nice.
I was like, wait, who the fuck's Maggie? I
Yep,
was like, wait,
no,
then who's Gabby?
Maggie.
Is she
Yep.
a twin sister? They just alternate.
Maggie.
Maggie and Gabby.
My bad. I was thinking, I was like, did I fuck that up? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Maggie. Yeah, Gabby's the invisible one that you guys don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I see her invisibly nod somehow.
You feel a pat on your shoulder, but you don't know where it came from.
Cool.
And
I don't
shortly
have a
after,
token of Glorian,
everyone
so I assume
else,
I'm not there.
as everyone else kind of gets settled in, a few minutes later, these two chuckleheads come in.
We come in chuckling.
We kind of take our usual place at the bar, I'm assuming.
Wherever, I just kind of put you on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we
You
all
know,
probably be at the same table.
Unless Forik is like, no. We meet
Well, I mean-
separately and then converge together.
Sphoric would be at his usual table. If everyone is converging on a different table, then he will wait for everyone to arrive before joining them.
Unless Forik's one of those people who's like, no, we meet separately in the bar and then converge together.
At dawn, we plan.
Because none of our plans survive contact with ourselves, let alone the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
We will go and sit down far away as she can from Mag Gabby.
Magabby.
As you walk in, you notice Maggie draws her sword and plants it in front of her. Just
Yeah.
in the
Get
wood
it, your
floor.
stick is bigger than mine.
The bar owner's okay with it.
Alright.
It seems
It's
like
the
we've done
same
this a few
spot.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few marks there.
It's like Excalibur at this point, where she just
Yeah.
like puts it.
just one spot that she's always putting her sword in. Just at this point, it's just been like has like a line around it so that nobody trips.
Mhm.
All right. So now that everyone is here, I was successfully able to turn in the information and got the reward. Looks over to Relos. I put forth your request. They confirmed that they got it. That's about as much as you can hope for. And so, with the reward split 6 ways, everybody receives 15 gold.
It's more than I started with.
Who gets the extra 10?
15.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's called simple math.
I mean,
my
he never.
friend.
Well, Cal would not know that there was 100 gold, and so
That's-
Cal would not ask that question.
That's true.
Mhm.
That is
Actually,
true.
nobody would, because I don't think even on this slip of paper you gave me had the reward amount. Did it?
It did not.
Nope.
Yeah,
It just had a
so-
picture.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking picture.
I'm now sitting at 25 gold.
Just enough to get into the library.
Ironically enough, yeah.
No, that'll get him into the restricted section. It won't get him into the actual library.
I know.
Be like, I'm a paying customer. Don't like you. Can't get in.
Yeah, they at least let the half orc inside.
Mhm.
Well, it was interesting doing business with all of you.
Mhm.
Good luck with your future ventures. And then I will stand up and go back to my table.
You'll just walk over 10 feet.
Yes, my table.
Omri's gonna get up and follow Fork over to his table, sit down in the exact same spot. Oh god, hang on, I'm sorry.
Yes? How
And,
may I
Cal
help
just
you?
watches.
Yeah, I'm just watching this. Like, at this point,
Spork just looks up at you and just repeats like he said the first time. But
yeah,
yes.
and
can I help
Omri,
you?
same thing, is just gonna be like, I heard you might have something for me. Like, identical conversation.
Sonia's just gonna turn around in her turn, just kind of kick her feet and just watch.
at this point, we're all just watching them do this.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything for you today.
Really? Not even anything crazy?
I was kind of hoping that Zvorik would just make up something about the monster.
Sport doesn't want anything to do with a monster in that basement.
Coward.
Says, no, unfortunately, all of my missions have been taken by others or completed already.
You're pretty shoddy contact to have.
Well, I am just a guy you met in a bar.
Oh god. That line. Anyways.
Heard that one a
Hashtag
few
real
times,
life.
huh?
Oh. Anyways, moving on.
Oh my god.
Hashtag
Yikes.
too real.
Moving on. Anyways, I've lost my train of thought. Someone else go.
The train derailed at the station. Come on.
Yeah. Well then, why are you even here? What purpose do you serve in this place if you don't even have anything to give me?
Well, there are other jobs that are currently being taken care of. If they complete them today, I need to be here for them to turn them in.
You know, I could have swore that for the last day, I've had someone like you hanging around. And I could have swore that yesterday he had multiple pieces of work. One was taken. Logically, he never spoke with anybody else. So, would that not leave more work?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Omri just has like a flashback to the exact same thing she said to Swarwick after she was stalking him. Like, well, how the tables have turned.
How the turntables.
Well, then give me one of the jobs that one of the other people has. Do it faster than them.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, really? Why not?
Multiple people on the same job, things get sloppy. The lines get blurred, and they might accidentally attack one each other. So,
We saw what happened earlier.
Well, Nobody ever said that this line of work was, not competitive.
True. That doesn't mean I have to play along.
So it doesn't mean. Basically, it means you're just not going to do your job.
It's not about not doing my job. It's about choosing my clientele.
And you have a problem with the green skin, pointy ear kind of clientele?
No, don't make it a race issue.
I mean, I'm just saying. Everybody in this town seems to make everything a race issue.
Hmm.
I'm just following along. Then again, I guess I shouldn't really say town. It's more like continent. It's more fitting.
Well, if you would like to understand my problem with you, we can go over your evaluation. And with that, he takes out a piece of paper and
Oh,
puts it
God.
right in front of him.
I I gotta be here for this.
So, let us review.
I'm going to listen to
af-
this very closely.
Yeah.
After accepting the job, you immediately badgered the patron of this establishment, and also, in the process, sold out your information broker. Great start. Afterwards, you went out and pretty much asked anyone that would listen to you if they'd seen the person you were looking for. Also great.
Mhm.
Omer's just gonna put her feet up on the table and like cross her at her ankles and just kind of listen.
When you did find a lead, it blew up in your face. I wasn't present for that one, so I don't know what you did to cause the problem,
It
but
wasn't my
it
face,
happened.
it was my chest, but close. Continue.
I believe
I
can
wasn't
fill in
speaking
those-
literally, but now that I know that,
I believe I could fill in those details for you. if you'd
Sporic
like.
writes a note.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Almost
yeah,
caused the deaths of
yeah.
myself and everyone else that was helping you on this job.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, where it started and then where it ended up talking about after, we met Furball. I believe you all chased after very willingly. I was not there coaxing you on because I was very much not in a position to. So you
But
can
you
mark that
did-
one off.
You did create a situation that we had to try and stabilize, and that is what caused our near demise.
Mhm.
Didn't have to try and stabilize anything. He was running. Could have let him run. That's not my fault that you guys all charged off into the forest. You guys were just as greedy for that bounty as I was.
And then finally, you tried to follow the broker to the.
That was just coincidence. I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Keep denying it. It's fine. But yes,
Not
that
denying it.
is plenty of reason why. That is plenty of reason why I should not cater to your needs any further. So, have a good rest of your day.
I just like the idea of like while Vorik is speaking, he just gets the mental just Pharaoh just like I can fill those details in for you if you'd like.
It's like, do you want someone to add on to your evaluation?
Yeah.
A third-party note, if you would.
Yeah. Just,
Oh, sure. If the witnesses would like, they can definitely
yeah.
add to your. I don't even know really what to call this.
Catastrophic demise.
Trash fire.
I was
I mean,
gonna
I think-
say subpar display.
I mean, you did add in the fact that she got shot and then stabbed by the suspect, and then had to be carried to the suspect's location, right?
Yes, I believe that is part of us stabilizing the situation. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, question: how does this compare to other reviews?
It's not great. I would say this is probably one of the worst first jobs I've ever had with a client.
One
Hmm.
of.
To be fair, you're probably one of the worst information brokers I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. So
To be
we're on
fair,
an even keel.
he did his job perfectly fine.
I do distinctly remember him also going unconscious during this job. So, you know.
Yes, you're welcome.
Again, I didn't force you to do that, so that's your own problem. You are, again, also the one who decided to follow along on this, which that just boggles my mind, because normally information brokers don't, go along. So either you had something in this too, or you're also bad at your job.
I was evaluating you. Needed a hands-on approach for that.
And this evaluation is for whom?
Myself, just so I know that I'm not going to be working with you in the future.
Not sure if I'd ever really want to work with a information broker who's also an engineer. I feel like your lines are a little blurred. How do you even end up where you are as an engineer? And you ended up here in Turst.
It's part of the long-term plan.
The long-term plan. So not that you just messed something up and ended up here.
What makes you think I messed something up and that's why I'm here?
Because you're in Turst.
Yes.
That seems like reason enough for me.
Well, you can come to whatever conclusions you like.
Did you pass on your super detailed evaluation to the people you gave the bounty items to?
I might. I haven't decided yet.
Why didn't you just give it to them when you gave them the null head?
Because I haven't decided yet.
Is my Discord the only ones that's like super buggy?
No.
No,
Why
it's
do-
just
why
very,
is-
very quiet right
I
now.
just like
Yeah.
can't. Well, no, but I can't hear Mike for some reason.
Oh, really?
It would
Did you
probably
Yeah,
help
hear
if
the-
you talked too.
I can hear you now, but like what you said
Okay.
after that, I didn't hear you. So I was just like waiting, and I was like, "Why is no one talking?" I was like, "Mike, answer me."
I said, I just repeated myself that I haven't decided yet. That was my reply.
Oh, okay. All I could hear was the "t" on the end of "yet," so I was like,
Oh, gotcha.
"Well, then, what are your amazing long-term plans to go from decent, semi-decent, broker to engineer?"
I am an engineer.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
not an
but how
aspiration.
are you planning on making the step back to engineer? I mean,
At some point, when my services here are no longer needed.
they seem to no longer be needed here. You have nothing for me.
Today, yes. And
For
the
you.
foreseeable future as well.
Still didn't answer my question about how you're getting back to being an engineer.
Well,
Hmm.
when my services here are no longer needed, then I will return to my previous occupation.
Which is, other than being an engineer.
Why do you care?
The tiefling makes a point. Why do you care?
All right, sorry about that. Feel free to continue.
Okay, continue.
I think, Josh, weren't you saying something was happening?
Oh yeah, you're right. I was.
Yeah.
So as you guys are having this conversation, a figure walks in the door, dressed in dark robes,
Whoa, edgy.
goes over to this table, sits down.
Like high school.
All right,
kids, that's the
Slani,
cool
you're,
kids
you're, the,
table.
you're the only one with high enough passive perception to catch what they're saying.
Jesus fuck, you're right.
I feel like Spork and Aubrey are distracted anyway.
Yeah, so is Pharaoh.
No, I exited that conversation as soon as you said leave, and just I'll always be in your head.
True. There are no spoken words between these two. Solania, you would pick up that neither of their lips move. Well, granted, you can only see one set of them. And then the figure gets up and leaves.
Can I,
That's some mind
that
flayer
brief second
bullshit.
in that brief instance where they come in, can I get a look at them? Like any affiliations that I can notice, or
Make a perception check.
all right? Basically, like the general, what the fuck is up with these people who are coming in and then leaving?
Hey,
You
21.
don't catch anything familiar, nor do you catch any facial
does he
features
smell
of this person.
familiar?
So like
How do they
no,
smell?
so like not dressed in any particular way where it's obvious that they have any affiliations with anyone, and no organization
obvious.
patches.
No, it's
The
just
only thing that you can catch that would even like be remotely an affiliation are some of the various I would say almost like jewelry and various like ornamental pieces of this person's robes
Mhm.
are made of bone.
Hmm.
I will pass that along to the
good.
rest of the
He's
group
Mr. Bone.
quietly.
I can't wait to take Mr. Bones' wild ride. Nope. Anyway.
Omri's very much ignoring what's happening, and she's just like, "No, seriously, how are you going to become an engineer?"
Lonnie's gonna turn around in her chair and hold her arm out and just kind of wiggle her hand, trying to get Omri's to Omri. Just keep going until she looks at her.
Like, hey, listen to me.
I mean, I
Why
have
are
the
you
best way to
listening
get.
me?
I have the best way to get somebody's attention because I can just get in their head.
She's just gonna look
Oi.
over at Slanya and just be like, "Yeah."
Here. Important stuff.
She's gonna turn back and like look at Spork real quick and be like, "I'll be back." And walks over to Slanya.
Take your time, please.
Oh, I spilled my juice.
Aw.
I'm
That's
imagining
the important
Slanya
thing.
actually having spilled her juice, like, "Oh man,
Oh.
I have pudding. I forgot about my pudding."
Oh my god.
You went to the trouble of grabbing it and you forgot about it. Jesus.
I'm so happy now.
I guess that's a plus.
Oh god.
It's like the Milky Ways all over again.
We can do it, Krista.
Mhm.
If I don't die
Anyways.
first,
Yeah.
no,
I'm spilling her juice. You're choking on
I started laughing to her and I can't breathe now.
it.
I was like me earlier.
Okay. Sloanie's gonna turn Charlie and just kind of tell her what they saw and noticed.
A dude wearing bones?
They didn't move their lips when they talked. They just kind of looked at each other.
I mean, Purple Boy over there did the same thing to me like 5 minutes ago. So,
Mine's only one way.
Is that a common thing?
Well, yeah, his is only one way apparently.
well, I mean, I still heard him talk to me in my head. That's why I said he did it to me, not me to him.
Indeed. And it is possible that they do express the same trait and therefore can do so with each other. However,
I mean, if you want, I can literally just go ask.
however, the easiest way
Please
to
do
ask.
not.
However, the likelihood of such a thing is not extremely common for just one individual. The likelihood of two, or technically with me here, three, is exceedingly so, almost distant, if you believe in that.
If I go walk over to the door and just like look out of the bar, do I see this bone figure anywhere?
Make a perception check.
Normal. Oh god, I choked on my pudding spoon. That was awkward.
Good job.
22.
You see off in the distance, walking out of town, a black-robed individual.
Out of town towards
The north.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back in. Like, well, wait, why do we even care about this guy? He's walking northwards, if anybody cares, but, I mean, was he interesting in some way?
Well, bone charms along him, and he did not looked out of the ordinary, but other than that, we don't know anything else about him.
I mean, bone charms, necromancy, dead bodies in a basement.
It is entirely possible.
Do you want me to go ask him if he knows what's up?
Please no.
Part of me is
Well, what do you
wanting
guys
to
wanna
go up
do?
and ask the bouncer if she knows what's going on, but
That was my next question. I was gonna ask.
You said
I'm gonna
this
turn
was-
around.
Fuck,
I'm gonna turn around and point at Sporek very obviously, like I did yesterday. You're like, Sporek, do you know that guy?
What guy?
The guy that was in here, like, when we were, bickering.
I didn't get a good look at him as we were bickering.
See? And you said I'm not good at my job. You're not very good at yours either. Turns back to the table.
You said this was the most popular bar in town and really the only one, right?
I mean, I think so. This is where the guards told us to come, so you people that live here, most popular bar, only
The
bar.
only bar.
Right.
That was actually really weird. I got disconnected for a second.
It's the
I
only
know the
bar.
feeling.
Mhm.
So wouldn't some of the people who wore some of the stuff down in the weird basement have come here?
I wanted to go ask the guards if they had, if maybe way, way back there had been, people disappearing or something that they just didn't tell the townsfolk about.
The guards didn't even know there was a bookstore or a giant elephant man.
Well, I'm hoping to go above those guards, to be fair. No harm in asking, although I'm not sure if they'll tell me. But again, no harm in asking.
Also, it may not be anything related to us, so.
Because, I mean, it would kind of suck to have somebody disappear and you never find them again.
Yeah, it would.
Do you
Did
guys
someone
have
grab
anything else
one
you
of the
want to do?
necklaces?
I got 2.
Got two.
I'm the one who has them. Yeah.
Oh, did it? Okay. I don't
You want
remember
one?
who grabbed them. Uh,
I haven't sold them yet.
Yes.
I need
Yeah.
to go sell one of them.
I'll give it back, but can I borrow one?
Sir, I will
Yeah.
give Solania a gold necklace that's worth 20 gold.
Okay.
I think in some lands they'd be engaged.
Oh no, whatever shall we do?
Oh no, I guess you
Be
gotta
some
get
weird
married
looking-
now.
If it could happen, be some weird looking babies.
It'd be interesting.
I mean, that depends on what Omri's other half is. It turns out Omri's half dwarf.
Half gut.
Hence all the short
Yeah,
short jokes.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, she's half dwarf. That explains why she has no sense of tact whatsoever.
Oh!
It's hard to be mad right now. I have pudding.
I don't even know why you'd be mad about that. Omri would, but you know
I
it's
know,
true.
but I'm just saying it's hard to play mad when you got pudding.
I mean, that's
And it's
not
green
true.
too, which just reminds me of my character, so it's great.
Is it the pistachio?
It is.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
That's what she was saying.
Mm.
Anyways, moving on from my pudding, I'll put this away now.
Omri, yeah. Tori is grounded from.
I'm very distracted. Anyways, Did any of you have anything else you wanted to do? Here, since we lost our book to them, I do in little air quotes, looking at Sphoric. And we have a thing in our basement. Good times. Is anybody else at least like the least bit curious about that basement?
I am, but I'm also more scared of the roar.
Yes, that does concern me. Whatever beast that is, be it natural and magical, should be resolved before we before we truly make ourselves at home. There's no telling when the beast might strike,
What's this
if
we
it
shit?
can from that depth.
Didn't you claim that bookstore?
Yeah, I believe that's your
Mhm.
bookstore.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
It's maybe more beneficial for all of us to remain together.
Oh.
Oh,
Now
so-
he says it.
So remaining with you means I'm gonna have to watch my back for people from, the sword company coming to, attack us.
To be quite fair, I think we both stand in the same bucket of persecuted individuals. I think the only reason they would come for me rather than you is A, I've been here longer, and B, between the two of us, which one do you think the commoners have an easier time trying to take down?
You're like a toothpick.
Precisely.
Well, I wasn't exactly planning on staying here. This isn't exactly,
Think of it
booming.
as a base of operations, if anything else. We have a place to fall back on. Our adventures may take us elsewhere, but at the very least.
Well, at least with the bookstore, we at least have a place to hold up in case things go south.
Don't you two have like places to live here?
Yeah.
I sort of
But you
just,
can't stay there.
so
Never
long as
said
I
I wanted
continue,
to. I'm just curious as to why you would want to stay in a bookstore with a monster in the basement when you have a home.
I'm just,
I never
like,
said I was going to stay.
Good point.
I sort of just
I just-
work to get room and board. That is gonna
But you
run
weren't at
out
work
eventually.
yesterday. Or part of today.
Exactly.
He may
That's
already
why
be
he needs a place
incurring.
to stay.
He may maybe already be incurring ill favor. I mean, to be quite honest, I've never actually seen one of your kind before.
Are you talking to me? Or the elf? Or the halfling?
I've heard
I think he's
elves
talking to you.
and kind of have like
You're being rather obtuse on this issue, aren't
No, were you directing that at me?
Well, let's see. Halflings are fairly common, as are elves, half-orcs.
I didn't always look like this.
Be that as it may,
I used to be half-orc.
well, nevertheless, you are now distinctly not a half-orc in appearance. I don't exactly know how the individuals of this town feel. You have seemed to ingratiate yourself better than I have, which is understandable.
I put myself to use. That's the main thing.
Indeed,
Large
but
person in a farming village.
Indeed, but since you have, as the woman has said, yesterday nor most of today, well, not most, but some of today at least,
Mm-hmm.
you may find that favor slipping rather quickly.
Yeah. I think for the time being, if you're willing, I could stay at your bookstore for the time being.
That is entirely your decision. You are your own individual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm merely offering it as an option.
I will gladly take you up on that offer.
Indeed.
Well, now that your living arrangements have been set aside, do either of you know where I can find the, guess what would it be? The guard post, the guard house, the place where I could find a job board, and the guards.
You could ask Maggie.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll go well.
I can ask Maggie for you.
That'll go much better.
You know I could hear both of you, right?
She's
No,
not
I'm very
deaf.
aware.
Omri's just gonna look over at Maggie and be like, I mean, let's be honest. Do you want me to come talk to you?
I do want to
I
remind
prefer
you.
you
Like,
left the tavern.
I do want to remind
can
you.
do
You're
that.
like within like 15 feet of her, so she pretty much can hear everything you guys are saying.
Mm-hmm.
This entire conversation.
I literally could not hear the first thing you said, Josh.
She just said the entire conversation.
No.
She heard
Hmm.
all of it.
Oh.
Okay,
Mhm.
there we go.
Well, Maggie, if you would so graciously point me in a direction of where I could find A, guard post, B, job board, I'll be out of your hair.
You realize she's just going to point out to the tavern, yes?
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
If she tells me where I can find it, I won't come back.
So I just kind
She
of.
sits there and just thinks about it for a while. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sits there and thinks about it for a while. I was like, wow, they gather on the north side of town. It's a small shack there. Not much.
Well, considering what they knew about this village, I don't suspect you'll be getting much work.
It's not from them I really want the work. It's in case people have gone to them looking for people to do work for them. That sort of thing. Anyways,
Are
Omri's
we
gonna walk over to the
enti-
bar and put down like, how much? I found 6 gold down there? 3. 3 gold on the bar, and then leave.
I think you're entirely overpaying for that.
You see
what?
the bartender just takes it and pockets it with doesn't even like think about it.
I can respect that.
Omri is walking away.
Oh,
Out.
Mhm.
and I walk away. Well,
I figure I might as well get some uses out of your bookstore then. Heading to his
Indeed.
bookstore.
As you walk toward the north side of town, you pass a graveyard. One of the couple graveyards that are here in town.
There's one bar, multiple graveyards. That's saying something.
A lot of dead people.
this is where
Makes
people
sense
come
now.
and bury their dead. Because who the fuck's gonna rob somebody's grave who's buried in thirst?
Mhm.
You'd be surprised.
And you do find
I
two
do suppose that's fair.
graves were recently dug up.
How many?
See?
Two.
Two?
Two.
Do they have headstones, these graves?
They did at one point.
No, there's just nothing there?
They've been destroyed.
That is fair.
Like, destroyed as in completely shattered, or like somebody, like, you know, the kind of like broken in half because someone kicked it sort of thing?
Completely destroyed.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
okay.
took like a hammer.
Well,
and-
someone has disregard for.
They don't
If
want
I-
to be tracked.
If I go over to the graves, do I find anything like around them that maybe somebody dropped while they were digging up a grave, or anything that could, you know, let
Make
me
an
know who did
investigation
this?
check.
Under a 10, I'm ready. Yep. Called
You
it.
find a bunch of dirt.
Sweet. Do I find like tracks or anything to point me in the direction of whoever dug up these graves? Oh, and by recently,
What?
how recently did you figure?
Hard to say.
By recently?
The soil is fresh.
Oh, okay, so like really recently. Okay. Wow, in broad daylight? Someone's got balls.
It's a small
But yeah.
village.
Do I
the
find,
guards
like-
are incompetent.
Do I find like
Make
tracks or
a
anything?
survival check. This would be an advantage because you're technically tracking a human.
Yeah.
Or humanoid.
A
Being able
humanoid.
to just take general humanoids is ridiculous.
Ugh. An 11 and a 9.
You do find tracks, but because of the high traffic in the graveyard, you're not sure which tracks it is you're trying to find.
And you said 2, right? Just 2?
Two.
Do I see anybody like standing around watching the graveyard in any like particular fashion?
You don't.
That's when all the rest of the graves burst open and zombies start throwing at you.
Are there any like homes or buildings around like pretty close to this graveyard that could see?
I mean, there's a couple nearby, but nothing that would like. Not anyone that would be advantageous
somebody,
if,
like, you know-
watching over the grave.
But I just mean like if somebody were to like look out a window or something, would have like maybe seen something
It's
or
possible, yeah.
no? I go to house number 1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you go to the house. I'm guessing you knock on the door.
My hand goes up to knock on the door, and all of a sudden, all I hear in the back of my mind is Forex's fucking list. I put my hand down. I walk back to the bar. I open the door when I get there. Look inside. I'm guessing that you guys are still there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Selenia and be like, "Come with me."
Oh boy, what are we doing? What are we doing now?
I mean, found some dug up graves. Feel free to join.
Oh boy, necromancy. That's fun.
Well, I'm.
Omri,
Considering what
as
happened
you
earlier.
say that, Selenia, you notice that the person sitting at the table down here, her head peeks up, like, quickly, and she looks over at Omri, and then back down at what she was doing.
Oh no, Selenia was the only one who saw that, so she's the only one who could roll insight on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will definitely follow you for the necromancy.
Indeed.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do today.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
We're getting assassinated from behind.
Alright. So I'm just gonna kind of frown, but keep the reaction in mind and just kind of not hop over to Omri.
Skip.
The word I want. Yeah, let's go with that. Just kind of hold on to her shirt.
Let's go find who dug up bodies.
Oh my God.
Okay. So
I didn't
guess
really
we're
come
all-
back for the rest of them. I only really came back for you, but they kind of just follow at this point.
Well, to be
they're
honest, there's not
ducklings.
really. Well, there's
kinda
not really
are.
much else. There's not really much else to do in this town. Any more preaching, I'll probably get shanked again.
That's fair. So there are 2 graves they found dug up. I pass on my information basically.
Okay.
And there are a few houses that look like they have a semi-decent vantage point, but I know if
Really?
I go up to those doors, let's all be real here, no one's gonna talk to me. So
Really,
I came back for
grave robbing in broad daylight, huh?
yeah, broad daylight. Welcome to Turst. Cheers.
Apparently.
Or maybe
I
they
must
robbed it
think that-
overnight and we just now discovered it. Think of that.
No, the dirt's very fresh.
Fresh as in 10 minutes or hours.
I mean, fresh as in probably very recently turned up fresh. So a couple hours and versus an hour is quite different when it comes to dirt.
And what time of day is it?
I don't know,
Midday.
DM. There you go.
So a couple
I'm
hours.
sorry,
would
what
have
is
been
it?
Morning.
Midday.
Midday.
Okay. I guess I need to turn you up because I can't fucking hear shit now.
Midday.
I swear to God.
Noon.
Yeah.
It is time when
It's
sun
high
high.
noon.
Oh god.
It is time
Anyway.
for sun when high is
I
sky.
have
It is time
so
for
many regrets in
alcohol,
my life right
comrade.
now.
Yeah, so many.
Ah!
Moving on.
Нет.
So
We're not all Russian.
I came to get
Anyways.
you since, you know, your plucky attitude versus my plucky attitude are very different. Like in the
Also because
bookshop,
she's an elf.
remember?
I remember.
All right, so same thing. I won't be with you, so you'll kind of have to be on your own, and you can make it work.
What should I say though?
All you're gonna do is ask them if they noticed anything strange in the graveyard that's, kind of in front of their house. If they noticed anybody odd poking around, breaking
Oh.
gravestones, digging up graves, that sort of thing.
I gotta check something. Shit, I don't have proficiency in that.
And if
Not
you
in
know
those
where
exact
the,
words, just kind of
Something that will get the answers to those.
exactly.
if you know where the
Try.
graves are, I could definitely check them out for you.
Yeah.
Might be a
We'll go do that.
worthwhile endeavor.
We're away from the tavern at this point, right? Like we started
Mhm.
walking off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
We've left.
cool. Swanee just kind of look a little bit back towards the tavern, and then look at Omri very seriously. She's interested in necromancy. Something about necromancy. The lady at the table is.
Omri's gonna look back at Fawn and be like, "Wait, the one who cut those 2 guys' heads off the other day? That one?"
Do you think it's possible that the individual we saw prior could have done this?
I mean, she wasn't that the one? Was she the one who was having conversation with Bone Boy?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then clearly, maybe.
That would be my guess. I mean, if these bodies are recent and we
have
don't
to
know
be
we don't know what direction he headed, did he? Or do we?
I do.
north.
Wasn't it? Yeah, wasn't this the same direction?
Yeah. Well, I saw him go this way, and this is along his trajectory of, where he would have gone. So,
Then
put
by
2
the
and 2 together,
razor.
folks, and
Indeed.
we have a necromancer, I guess?
Possibly. I mean,
For an information broker, he really has no information about this place.
it's entirely possible. I don't know. I've never really encountered the gentleman before this. Well,
You'd think for
encountered
the
is right
organization
word.
he works for, they would know about a guy making zombies in a basement. So,
Well, he may be. No, yes, Reginald. As far as this gentleman,
Yeah.
maybe they're cohorts.
possible. He probably won't be very happy if he finds out we, killed his knoll.
This is entirely possible.
I'm assuming we've made it to the graveyard by now.
Probably.
You would just be getting to the graveyard now.
Alright, I will point out the 2 dug up graves to my compatriots. Be like,
As you
well,
guys look at the graves, you don't see anything wrong.
what the fuck? They're like totally normal.
Totally normal. There's no
Do I
gravestone, but like
Like,
you see that
yeah.
the grass is like fresh. It looks like there was never any gravestones here. No
So
graves.
it looks like that to all of us?
Yes.
even me?
Yes.
Okay. So
Omri's just like standing there in front of the grass, like, no.
I haven't known you long enough to believe you quite outright. However, I don't think you would have any reason to lie. There's work of something here.
I mean,
Consider
considering what
you
we
think.
just seen,
We have 2 options. We can either go back and talk to the girl at the bar, or we can go after the other guy.
My fear is that a confrontation with her might lead to.
If any of you truly tried to talk to her, it is probably going to end in your death. I am sorry, but it's the truth.
What she said.
Where was these graves? Point me where
Pardon?
they were. Point to me
Oh.
where they were.
Omri just points at the ground, like with 1 finger each at like the grass. One there, one there.
I'll walk up to them and put my foot on them, see if they're actually there, or if it's just an illusion.
You set your foot down on solid ground.
Yep, seems solid.
any evidence of tampering or just like they tried to erase what used to be here?
Make a nature check.
Also, now if I look around, do I notice anybody kind of watching us?
Make a perception check.
Nature.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nature doesn't reveal anything.
Oh my
Perception
god,
doesn't
the
reveal anything.
7s, man! The 7s! Cursed.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Well,
Hmm.
there goes the plan of talking
Sorry,
to those
my
people,
character
because now
sheet
they're
was closed.
totally gonna think
Oh.
we're nuts.
Your nature check doesn't reveal anything either.
Oh, okay.
About how long would it have taken for Tori or for Omri to have grabbed us all and then come back?
Well, to leave, look around, and then come back. Probably around 10, 15 minutes.
It's still pretty fast, especially for this. I mean, obviously, yeah, I don't know. The only one who knows that they were really dug up is Omri. We were just told.
Omri's gonna turn back to Selenia and be like, okay, sort of the same plan, except this time you're not gonna ask them about dug up graves. You're gonna ask them if they've seen anyone here. And if they mention a half-orc, obviously it's me, so, ask them for other people.
If they've seen anybody filling in a grave.
Well, that's not just filling in. Look at the grass.
No,
This couldn't have just been filled in.
I don't know much about druidic magics. Could that do that?
Fully fill in a hole and regrow grass and
Well,
10
I
minutes,
mean,
maybe.
filling in the hole is just a matter of shovel work, but growing new grass that seems to match everything else.
It's possible that if they had the seeds, they could have just bloomed the seeds. I can
True.
try and see if it seems newer.
That
Yeah,
does
do you get
require a
any
lot
weird
of
feel?
work.
This is more your area, so you take a look.
We are the most inept investigators ever.
Oh, yeah. Apparently it's
Solani,
all
if
right.
you would like to, you can make a nature check.
Yeah. Let's see how well this goes.
Oh,
Nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're like, it's grass!
Oh, she would assume what she already told you.
yeah. It's
All right.
feasible, but there's no signs.
Correct.
Yeah. It's within the realm of possibility.
Yep. There's just no additional information that can be gathered.
Yeah.
Alright, do we take our chances asking the people in these houses around, or do we just assume everybody in this town is like the guards and move along?
It's I best lead at this point.
Because, I mean, if they were able to both dig up graves and then cover graves in the span of who knows how long.
Then we don't know exactly how
broad
long this
daylight.
is. We don't know how long this has been going on.
Yeah, unless there's a
And-
nosy Nancy who lives nearby, who just happens to keep an eye on everything that happens in this town.
Unfortunately,
there
that
one?
may be our best shot.
Would we know of one that is in this town?
Or in this area.
No.
Well, it's up to Selenia, because she's gonna have to be the one who does the talking, because no one's gonna. Well, maybe Cal, I guess, but
I mean, I've been living
The
here
other-
a couple days, but I don't know if
they're
that's
not gonna. No,
accept.
trust me, no.
I just do
And
their
they're not
phone.
gonna talk to. They won't talk to Purple Boy. So unless anyone has like ways to convince people to talk to them, or we'll just have to go with
I mean, that
the beam of
depends.
light
On,
here.
that depends on your persuasive abilities.
With the way yesterday went, how do you think those are? That's what I thought.
mean, it is-
All right.
True.
It is possible that they would still speak to me. I am.
I say
I'm
we send
sorry,
the elf.
what?
Yeah.
They would receive Selenia better.
Well,
Innocent half-orc druid,
All
Half
right.
elf.
half-elf. Elf.
Half orc druid.
There's a lot of halves in this party.
There's
She's actually a full elf.
Yeah, she's a full elf, not a half.
Yeah, so there's only one because not half work anymore.
Actually, she would be able to walk into the racist
Yeah,
bookshop
we talked about that
without
earlier.
having to do.
Yeah,
She was in there with us earlier. They answered all her questions.
yeah,
well,
yeah.
they asked if
Looked
I had
they
any
looked at me like I was
Mhm.
That's true.
poor, and they treated Omni like shit.
Notice so. Send Solani in there with a list of what needs to be got.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Well, right now the bookstore. We should probably focus on this. So Elmer's just gonna like
I'm-
guide Selenia towards the first house and kind of like tap her on the shoulder, like you got this, and then sort of walk away to the side so she's not in view.
Sonia's just kind of gonna rock for a second to think about what she's going to say before knocking on the door. And she's kind of looking around as she waits.
What? Who's there?
Oh, I already enjoy this jump.
Well, of course.
I don't want what you're selling.
Well, I'm not selling anything, sir. I just have simply a few questions.
About what?
That is if you. Well, it's about the graveyard. That's all. You do.
You
live
hear a
next to
bunch
it.
of locks on the door unlock,
Oh, they're unlocking.
and then the door opens, and you look straight ahead of you, and there's nothing there. And you look down,
Oh,
and there's a halfling gentleman who stands up and just looks at you. What about the graveyard?
I couldn't understand that.
What do you want about the
about-
graveyard?
Well, you see, I
No.
really do like some. This makes it worse because I can't fucking hear you very well. Awful.
Right click his name and pull his volume up.
I did,
Oh.
but it's
okay.
just all slurring together and like robotic
Articulate,
itself.
Josh.
No.
There you go.
Well, no, what? You don't live next to a graveyard, or that it isn't a graveyard? I'm very confused about that.
It's
Is
actually-
that your question?
Oh, great.
Guys, stop talking over Josh.
You guys are almost at 0, and I still can't hear him. Okay,
everybody knew.
one more time.
Are those your questions?
Well, no. You just said no, but you weren't answering any question. I hadn't asked any question. So is it no that it's not a graveyard, or no you don't live by one?
Yes to both.
Alrighty. Well, you see, I just simply wanted to know if a lot of people come through here all the time, and if you've seen anyone weird. Because You know, I'm trying to find one of my friends, and he's a very weird man.
Make a deception check.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Always,
She's
always
trying to
looking for
lie.
a friend. It's so great.
Oh no.
Oh, I can't find it. Hold on.
Oh no.
If this
The
works,
fact
I'm
she's
gonna
trying
be
to-
fucking adore.
And I'm watching this where Omri is like at a distance. This is gonna be so interesting.
I feel like Pharaoh is closer, just kind of waiting to try to step in.
You see, the weird looking ones are taking a step back away from this. So we're not implicated in
Hold it.
anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just watching.
yeah.
It's just like a house or two down, like leaning up against the house.
I'm sorry, what check was it again?
Deception.
I
Deception
can't
to lie.
fucking find it. I'm apparently a blind.
Then it's probably just roll a charisma check then.
It's the 5th one down. Acrobatics, animal handling, arcana.
Oh, she doesn't have it. That's why.
Yeah. So,
Ah,
Oh,
well, she wouldn't have she wouldn't have proficiency, so I guess just a flat charisma check would work.
Yeah.
Yes, same roll.
Turns out Solani is actually a master of the deceptive arts.
There we go. No, still doesn't show up. Weird.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes that'll happen with a. Sometimes that'll happen with a character sheet. It'll just bug out so that you don't have a
Yeah.
certain.
It's at the bottom for you now.
Yeah, I had that at one of my
Cool.
other games. I
Thank
had
you.
to manually add in insight.
That's
'Cause I
fucking
didn't have
weird.
A very important skill to have.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it for the
I
first 3
tried.
sessions.
You have friends that hang out in the graveyard?
I live in a forest. I make friends where I can.
Well, there was a half orc, and then they left, and then there was another half orc, and then they left, and that was it. Oh, and then that half orc came back.
What?
And then they left. Yeah, a lot of half orcs.
Is he going crazy?
can I hear him from like being just like a house?
Make a perception
I'm
check.
down.
I'm not that far away from them, so I'm still within earshot of this.
Yeah, you'd be able to hear it. He's pretty loud.
Okay,
Granted, I do have
I'm
like
gonna
radar for ear.
I'm gonna walk up to where Solania is after hearing that apparently like 800 half orcs have been in front of this guy's house in the last like hour.
Hey, that's one of the half orcs.
One of?
One of?
Yeah, the second one.
It's a very key question, or very key.
How many
Key
times did you
statement.
see me? She points to. I'm gonna point to
Once.
myself. Other than now. And
One
then
time.
so there was another half orc before me
And after you.
and after me. What did
Same
they look
one.
like?
Like a half
Same
orc.
one. Okay. We don't all look the same.
You know, like green skin, kind of ugly and rotting. Like kind of
Solani
like
is just gonna
didn't
kind of
rotting.
wash, like
And just
like
kinda-
look at it and washed and gazed.
put her hands on her shoulders.
Ask for any distinguishing characteristics, I say, from like around the side of the house.
Well,
Through
he
like
said
your
that.
trunk.
Yeah, he looked unwashed.
He looked so wait, you said he looked like he was rotting?
Yeah, like skin falling off. It was weird.
What way did this half orc go?
North.
Was he wearing anything?
No.
He was just
There was a naked half orc walking in front of your
Oh,
house.
they had like a loincloth on. I'll cover up the good parts.
that's a
Sure, they were
weird
great.
way to
I
describe.
see. This gentleman is in house.
All right, rotting green half orc. Anything else? Scars? I don't know.
All
weird
over.
Smell. Scars all over.
I
Okay.
can't smell from in my house.
I mean, maybe now that the door is open, but
I mean, you smell kind of bad.
Solani's just gonna smile. Thank you so much for your time. I believe it's time for us to go.
A rotting half orc.
thank you,
Hmm.
and gonna turn around and leave.
Well, that's at least a fairly
I mean, he didn't
distinguishing
call me a bitch,
characteristic.
so he's already way up there on people I like.
He's already
also
up
talk to
there in
you.
terms of the NPCs.
Well, at the very least, we have a fairly distinguishing characteristic in the skin falling off. That's not a
I'm gonna
usual
start
thing.
like looking around for any like weird. Do I see any like weird like slimier footprints or like I don't know pieces of flesh just like hiding in some grass somewhere?
Good luck
Make
with
an
this roll.
investigation check.
I will also aid you in this investigation check because I'm interested as well. Rotting half-orc.
Do I roll it at advantage if we're both looking?
Yes.
I will.
Oh my god.
Granted, I also have a.
You,
Granted, I would probably smell rotting flesh, wouldn't I?
and it would if there was remnants of it, but there isn't.
All right, so there's no rotting flesh around.
Correct.
So with the 13, do I find or see anything?
You don't find anything.
Well, we know a bone boy went north, and now we have a rotting half-orc north. So I figure now is we have a pretty safe direction. We're going north.
Selena's just gonna put her
Isn't
hands on her
there-
hips and go, "Hey, remember when I said maybe it worked, and there's experiments going around?"
You know what?
What?
You're right. We definitely should listen to you.
Isn't that toward Whitestone?
Wait.
There's a lot of things between here and Whitestone.
I'm
So,
just saying. Is it going north toward Whitestone?
You would be safe to assume that the path that goes north leads to Whitestone.
So just based
We should
on
Let Ryan go.
just based on what I've heard about this, because I think I know what this rotting half orc is, but I don't know if Pharaoh would know. Would that be like an Arcana check to try to determine if this is undead?
This would be a nature check.
I'm not as good at those. Yeah, 17.
It's pretty safe to assume this might be an undead of some kind.
Well, based on the knowledge I have of undead, if you're half orc, you would roll that at advantage because it's undead. Or not half orc, blood hunter. Based on what I'm aware of undead, rotting half orc implies undead. Likely basic low level, probably common zombie. However, that would possibly explain the graves, how they got dug up and then covered back over, at least the dirt. As far as the grass, that's more concerning.
Grass is just a simple druid. I mean, if you give me a seed, I can make it sprout here now.
Yes, but that also requires a lot more planning, a lot more careful covering of tracks. And we did not see any headstones, and I presume that might have also been to cover tracks.
They were there.
Well,
And they're no longer there
case,
now.
in any case, if they were there, they probably weren't in any reasonable condition.
All right. Well, we've deduced necromancy, undead.
Necromancy
Should we
heading
go?
north. Necromancy and heading north. Yes, I believe we should.
All right. Cool. Heading north.
We're
We
heading
should
to
probably
Whitestone.
loop Cal into this.
Doesn't mean that just because they're going north doesn't mean they're going to Whitestone. There's plenty of things between here and Whitestone.
There really
Oh,
isn't.
'Cause I don't wanna go to
There
Whitestone.
really is.
I don't understand your fear, but alright. Or hesitation.
I've never been to
rather.
Whitestone. Never been a lot of
Here's
places.
a- here- I hear it's a nice place.
Same. That's where I was going.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's a very
really,
nice
there's
place.
just-
I just don't want to go.
Really,
Okay,
there's
well-
just woods and mountain.
Well, I suppose that's fair.
There's the entire Parchwood that is between like almost like we're gonna go along the entire Parchwood practically to get to Whitestone. There's plenty of places that they could go before
All right.
Whitestone. So we're not necessarily going to Whitestone, Cal. You should be fine.
Yeah, we got a bit.
Yeah, we
Probably
do
got
have quite a bit of land to cover.
few days.
Well, lucky for you, being a bounty hunter is my part-time job.
I like how we're just leaving Zvorik behind.
Omri
Or
does
are
not
you?
care.
Nothing to do with us.
Yeah, I know.
Want to loop
Or
Zvorik
does he?
into this?
No, I'm not saying that out of character. Pharaoh doesn't care.
I mean, do we want to loop Zvorik into this? Like, does he really want
I mean, it would be kind of a shitty thing to do to leave a PC out.
And yet,
And yet Mike isn't saying anything.
with the
to
tension that
keep
was in
him?
that room,
Mike
you all
isn't
know-
saying anything because Mike isn't there.
I know.
I mean, do keep in mind.
Omri's not going back for him.
Do keep in mind we also have the potentially translation of that notebook coming back. Maybe.
If you really think that's coming back, no.
I mean,
I know the
like to
people that
what
he
was
deals
about.
with. That book's chance of that book coming back are slim, or if what they give back to us is even all of it or right, also slim.
True.
Yes, that is true.
They could alter it and give it back to us.
If
wrong.
if they wanted something like this, it's very possible that they will alter it so that it does not say what it said in case they're concerned, or otherwise that we will be attempting to replicate.
Also true. I'll go to Swarik then. Loop him in on what we know.
Why do I picture Relos just grabs him with his trunk, just you're coming with me?
I mean, I could very well just pick him up with my trunk and start bringing him over here while also relaying the information.
Yeah, but I mean, he'd probably also just shank you.
Omri's gonna look over
Which
since
is
Relos
fair.
is leaving. She'll look over at Cal and be like, "Do you?" Since I don't know how long we're gonna be gone or where we're going yet, is there like a general shop anywhere around that I could pick up? Ink.
Why do you need ink?
You're not here.
I know.
would I know of a place like that? I'm sure I would.
You
I've
work
been
as
here
a
for a
blacksmith.
while.
You probably
Yeah,
you
I'm-
probably know.
My guy's been here for a couple years, so
We're asking Josh.
yes.
Sorry, that cut out. What are you asking me?
General
If-
store.
If Cal would know of a general store where Omri could buy ink.
Oh yeah. You would know of one. It's literally just called the general store. It's the only one, and it's pretty general.
Yep.
All right.
Fuck.
And I would let her know that. Like, yeah, there's a general store. If you want to head down that way, look for the big building with the sign marked general store.
All right. I have to head there, and then what do we do? Reconvene on like the north side of town and to head out?
Do any of us want like oh, I don't know, a cart maybe before I go walk off and get Sporik?
I won't need a cart. I can walk, but I
I
am going to
prefer
run
being
home
on
real
foot.
quick and grab something, so I'll be back. And Cal just takes off.
All right. Omri's gonna look at Slaney and be like, "You want to come with?"
Yeah. You
All
could
right.
probably sell these necklaces while there too.
Also, Omri's gonna head off for the general store.
And while I'm getting Sporik, I'm gonna also head by the our bookshop and get any pertinent materials relating to what we have, what we are currently dealing with, if he has any like that.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, if you're gonna head that way, at least lock the fucking door!
I went in through the window.
Yeah, I know.
Investigation, mainly because I'm not familiar with the store.
Correct. Yeah, you don't
Nothing.
find any.
That's fine. I mean, if they steal books from Reginald's former shop, I mean, if they didn't have anything I wanted.
Did we ever check the back?
Like,
I know.
The back storeroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, did we ever check the back of the room?
I mean,
I don't know.
find the
what Farrah was
lever.
doing.
Yeah.
No, the weapon was under the counter.
Oh. No, we didn't then.
Do you want me to check back there real quick? In case he has anything of use.
It's your decision.
Like,
You're
I don't
the
know,
only one
maybe a
there.
second gun?
Your choice. You're the only one there.
I guess. I guess if Raylos would have expressed the intent to go back to the bookstore, then Farrah would have followed.
Okay,
Yeah.
there.
So,
Oh, right, because you have the key anyway.
yeah. I mean, it's worth a shot.
I will check the back room.
I mean, I guess if I'm
Investigation again.
there, I guess if I'm there, we can get advantage on one roll, and I have the higher intelligence.
Okay. Investigation again for the back room then?
What are you looking for?
Anything of use? Anything that sticks out as strange or...
Just any
Necromancy like.
anything
Yeah.
we could possibly use, either for information or for self-defense.
Mm-hmm. Anything
Okay.
that could be...
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Okay. Do you want me to roll that with advantage because I have the higher end?
Ooh,
Too late.
too
Okay.
late. There's the 5.
You
Mhm.
find
That was
nothing.
advantage.
2 and a 1.
It's annoying because I have like a +3.
Yeah, that's why you got a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are proficient, so actually we have the same.
Yeah.
I'm not proficient in investigation.
Yeah, find nothing basically.
A single bumblebee. Dried up.
Yeah, you don't find anything now. Not with that.
Alright.
Wow, not even Wilfred the bumblebee. Fuck.
Nope, nothing.
We can always
Damn
check
it.
back later.
That's fine. We probably crushed Wilfred.
Anyway. Gets Vorik, fill him in, meet back at the north side of the town.
That's supposing he agrees.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, if he
Can I
doesn't
do something
agree, I could
before
always drag
Relos
him.
shows up?
Yeah.
All right. So, a minute or two after everybody left the bar, Sforik walks up to the woman sitting at this table right here and sits down next to her and pulls out several pieces of paper and says, "Here are all of my reports on each of them. What do you think?"
You're doing a shit job.
Yes, I agree.
Listen, the first time was not my fault.
It
second
would
time
seem
wasn't
that they could further use your assistance.
How would
Even
you
though
like me to
half or quarter
proceed?
minute. Continue.
Fine.
If they ask you for something, just do the best you can.
I understand. Sforik just sighs and then leaves the bar to go find the party.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah.
So, Relos, you would run into him as you are toward the bar. He would be walking north and intercept your path.
Alright. I essentially, fill him in on what we know so far. Really, all the information that he as a player found out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like, we are reconvening north. If you are willing, we are gonna head up northward and proceed this lead that we have.
Fine.
I mean, you could very well stay here and not have to deal with this shit. But I'm pretty sure your higher ups have a vested interest in this.
I also have a feeling that some of you might be lost without me. Not you, of course, a fellow man of science.
Well, at least we have that commonality.
And then
Although I get the
Sword
feeling
will-
our ranger friend may not be that good of a ranger.
Yeah.
Well, she does have the tact of a brain dead elk, but
Are we sure we shouldn't add dead to the brain dead elk part?
well, to be fair, at that point, it doesn't really make much of a difference, does it?
No, it doesn't. Anyway. Onward then.
Okay, now to
Unless
I
you would like to
guess.
continue our conversation with real.
No. So yeah, I guess it would be either Cal or Omri and Solana.
You can go, Joe. If you ever had to, whatever you had to do back home.
He
Yeah,
already
what are
did,
you doing back
so-
home?
Okay, good.
It's
Besides
just
probably
a,
torching all of any evidence that he was there.
You don't know.
or it's just that he's grabbing the stuff he actually should have.
I don't know about y'all, but I always carry what I need.
Well,
Alright,
I
so
wouldn't
after you
claim
guys do
things.
your various things, you reconvene in
Hmm.
the north, or on the north side of town, I guess.
Do Solani and I get full price on our necklaces?
Oh, you're going to sell them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would buy them for 15 gold piece.
Do I
15
know that there were
apiece.
20?
Make actually, I'll give you a persuasion check, see if you can get full price for them.
Oh, mother, god damn it.
This
he
should
had
be
one, I
great.
had another one.
You're due for a good one.
Wait, do I just out of curiosity, do they offer me a different price than they offer her?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
These aren't
fuck.
racist fucks.
Yeah.
Because,
Yay!
Oh, look at that.
All right, you get
Joe
full
with the
price for
calls.
both.
with that
Sick.
3 nat 20s
And
in
then
the session.
I know.
Told you you were due.
I also buy ink while I'm here.
Okay.
Black ink. Which I don't remember how much that costs. Ooh,
10.
10 gold, right?
10 what?
10. Yeah. No,
It
it
costs
10
costs,
handshakes.
it costs 10
10
fingers.
hand job. Wait.
Whoa.
Jesus.
No,
Yikes.
I think it's like 5 or 10 gold.
I think it's 10 gold. When you said 10, it sounds. I think I remember reading 10.
It's really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Ink 1 ounce bottle, 10 gold.
All right.
It
I'll
is.
essentially, I'm trading my necklace for 2 ounces of ink.
Okay.
That's a lot of ink.
It is.
And then is anything else for you two?
Does Lonnie want to get anything?
I don't think so.
Do you need anything else?
Solanio buys plate armor. Somehow. Yeah, A, you can't wear that, and B, you're not buying that with how much money we have.
How'd you get 1,500 gold? I don't know, man.
I think between all of
Listen.
us, we don't even.
I was
have
nice
gold.
and I said please.
Cocaine's the drug.
Listen, Solani might have accidentally, murdered the whole entire general
Town?
store. Jeez. yeah, we're all just dealing with fucking doppelgangers.
All right, but yeah, unless you have anything else, Krista, I'm good.
I don't
And
think so.
all right,
Okay.
head to the north side
And
of
then you
town.
all converse. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Converge?
Converge,
That was
yes,
like
thank
every
you.
word.
There
That was
we
every
go.
con word possible. Converge, convene,
Conceive!
Oh.
Ooh.
You all converge on the north side of town and begin making your way north.
I am going to. I'm going to track. Boyo,
North.
the
Okay,
undead
make
one.
a survival check.
Undead one.
At advantage?
No.
You're tracking the
Undead isn't.
undead.
Yeah, I'm tracking the undead half orc.
Yeah, that's enough. You
Yeah.
pick up a trail.
How
Zombies
long ago
don't
did he
look
pass
bad.
by through here? I know exactly how long it's been.
It would have been about an hour.
Okay.
Cool. Actually,
Alright.
about an hour and a half at this point.
All right.
Alright, so we got about 90 minutes on him.
And you start tracking him northward. And we are actually going to end a little early tonight here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey.
That's a good end point.
I
Yeah,
was just
sounded
gonna
like
say.
somebody. Yeah, it sounded like somebody was prepping their microwave or something.
Oh, that's my little space heater.
I was just gonna say when Cal joined back up with you guys, he was wearing a cloak with a hood up, and his face is a lot dirtier than what you remember.
he
Good. He's roughing it.
Or maybe he fell into a pile of soot accidentally. You don't know.
Yes, actually.
He does work at a blacksmith, so
Exactly.
he
Yeah,
accidentally
yeah.
tripped into the coal.
You don't know how many
Yeah.
stealth rolls I just rolled.
Yeah. He accidentally, conveniently trips into a pile of soot.
Convenient.
He went to go grab his cloak from his place of work and then accidentally tripped into the fire.
Pretty much.
Conveniently. Okay.
He was like,
It
"Oh
worked
shit! I left my
tomorrow.
lucky jacket at home."
No, I'm wearing my lucky jacket. I just needed the cloak.